Good flipping afternoon, everybody. How you doing? Another episode of Coffee with a Cup of yours truly, Culler. And I am your humble host, Culler. Commentary. That was footage of our newest addition, one of our newest additions to the Miami Dolphins squad on defense. In practice today, ready to go. None other than Bradley Chubb, acquired yesterday in a trade from the Denver Broncos, right along with Jeff Wilson Jr. from the 49ers. Pretty stout running back. We'll get into all of that, but I want to welcome everybody today. It is 3:49 in Southeast Florida. It is a hot one. I got 85 degrees right now, and the humidity is pretty heavy. Good thing our boys are going up to some cool weather this weekend. The wind will be heavy, but not too ridiculous, so we should be all right. Pound the ball. Of course, it's 2:49 in the Midwest, where members like Lance are usually driving around a truck, going about his daily job. And, of course, it's just before 1 o'clock over on the West Coast. Welcome to our friends in California, Arizona, Missouri, Kansas, and a special shout out to Palmyra, Missouri, little old quaint town north of St. Louis, north of Hannibal. home of the great Miami Dolphin backup quarterback Skylar Thompson. And of course, shout out to our friends out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, wherever they may be. Friends and family and fans of QB1 Tua Tagovailoa, welcome everybody. Hope you all are having a great day out there. Great morning, I should say. And we're glad for you to join us. Everybody like and share. You know how it works. Get these likes up. I got a few things to talk about. I want to talk about the game coming up. I want to talk about, how our defense is improved, how our offense can keep chugging right along, doing its thing. I don't see any slowdown or any reason for it. Talk about all that. And of course, I will be opening up a panel today for a few people that may want to chop it up. I'm not going to get all crazy with 10 people and all that because I am just in way too much pain. Not hugely amount of news drumming up right now. Get us in a Mike McDaniel press conference, a little Chris Grier action today, coming to the podium. We'll get into some of that, talk about that. And again, for those of you who want to come up and chop it up, give your opinions, I'll be dropping the link a little later on. But everybody, get the word out. Share this stream. We got 12 people watching, man. Come on. Let everybody hate me all of a sudden? Share it out. Let's go. Get more people in here to talk to. In the meantime, I want to give a huge shout out to all of our members, all of the people that have joined the family. Y'all know who you are. The scrolling marquee knows who you are. Make sure you're hitting the link in the description below for anything you need from Backroom Collections, high-end memorabilia, custom artwork, custom memorabilia. Great stuff over there. Hashtag TFTG for 10% checkout. And of course, make sure you're using the link for Fanatics in the description below. It lets them know we sent you, and it greatly supports the channel. You can go there for all your officially licensed gear from the NBA, NHL, NFL, NCAA, and all the rest. All officially licensed. All good stuff. All kinds of promos all the time over there. Make sure you're using the link in the description below. Of course, you can cash app us at the Finn's Tailgate $, or the Finn's Tailgate on Venmo. Super chats and super stickers are always welcome and appreciated. But even just liking the video and sharing it gets it up. We got 17 people and 11 likes. That's probably our lowest turnout in a long time, people. It's like the dead of the season. Nobody wants to talk football. We had a good game. Nobody wants to hear any negativity. Okay, fine. I don't presume to bring negativity to the table. Certainly not on purpose. But I think we have a great opportunity to roll right through our next opponent with no problems. I mean, they're nothing to fear. They're not the greatest team in the world. And so why is everybody wanting to shy away? What is it, like beach day or something? There's like 5 people right now that don't use their right-hand blinker in traffic. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm in purple today, it's not to act as mini El Capitan. It's to support epilepsy awareness. Great promotion that my local dispensary always has going on. Gave me this t-shirt. Purple is the color for epilepsy awareness. If you wait long enough, you might see one of us, blow a jugular vein. But today's coffees, Tim Hortons. You came for the cup of coffee. You came for the cup of color. You got Tim Hortons original blend. The Canadian version of a donut shop. not owned by Robert Kraft. Well, at least I hope not. But again, thank you everybody that's showed up just today to watch. I'm sorry, I just really got I got a lot of things on my mind. I've been dealing with a lot of pain today. My speech may seem a little strokey, but I'm doing all right. No worries. Just apologies for the misspeaks there. And of course, as you all know, things have been changing. We've had to restructure a lot. Shows are in a little bit different order, different places. Right now, you got color commentary. I plan to be having it Tuesday night, every Tuesday night, or in the afternoon. But I'm actually going to start probably giving you guys a great place to come to and listen to stuff while you're working every day, right around, or a little earlier than this, right around the 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock hour. Probably go for about 3 or 4 hours a day, just chopping it up, just giving you Dolphins news, Dolphins talk, Dolphins content. And that way El Capitan and the rest can jam at home in the evening time for you with some content every other night of the week. You'll still be able to catch me on Ms. Fins at 8 o'clock tonight. As a matter of fact, Wednesday night, she does her league-wide talk show about all things in the NFL. We run through all our picks, some impact players, that kind of thing. Great show. She does a great job there, and I really enjoy co-hosting with her on it. That's Miss Fins at YouTube. And she goes at 8 o'clock. We'll be both be there tonight every Wednesday. You can also catch her every morning at 8 o'clock. Usually goes about an hour, hour and a half, waking us up with our Dolphins. And she does a great job at it. So everybody get over there, subscribe to her channel, like her stuff, and make sure when you subscribe to the Fins Tailgate, you're also hitting the notification bell to make sure you know when Culler pops out with a coffee show like today. It's probably why we're down a little bit. I've been a little less consistent lately, but I've just been dealing with some physical issues that have drained my energy quite a bit. But we're back on track. I'm probably going to start firing it up every day in the afternoon, give you guys somewhere to come and talk about it, hear about it, throw it on in the background, whatever you want to do. And I appreciate every one of you for doing that. Also, you can catch on Saturday nights, you can catch Ali with Late Night Exhale. He will be bringing the hype. He will definitely be getting us going for Sunday afternoon for sure. Make no mistake about that. He does a great job of it. Usually runs a panel. Most of the time I will join him. I'm slated to be his co-host every Saturday night. And you should be able to find both of us there chopping it up. And he does a great job of it too. So we appreciate him. And then, of course, every other night, El Capitan with the Fins Tailgate. Juggling a new role at a new position at work. So he will be rolling out maybe a little more pre-recorded content as well for the times when he can't make it live. So keep looking for that in the future. Keep liking, sharing, telling everybody about the Fins Tailgate. And you can also do that by checking out our merch. People are going to want to know, what's the Fins Tailgate? You tell them to come right over here to YouTube at the Fins Tailgate. Give us a subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, like, share it, get some bikinis, get a flag, raise it high, and tell everybody where you come on YouTube to watch great Dolphins content. We ain't the smartest cookies in the barrel, but we're pretty dang smart. Not trying to prove to anybody anything, just trying to have fun, have a virtual tailgate online for y'all to come to and say what you got to say. And as long as there's room, we'll fit you up here on the panel to say it. So keep coming by, keep telling everybody about it. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna shout out some audience members. You guys are great. Of course, Zippa, making sure he knows I I know he was first in. Zippa, as you all know, you can check him out, Zippa Media on YouTube. Zippa brings you the great graphics here at the Fins Tailgate that you enjoy. I enjoy, at least. And his YouTube channel is meant to, showcase a little bit of his portfolio. So get over there and check Zippa out. Look at more of the work he's done. Great job. I don't know how busy he is. You may be able to hit him up for a contract, but I don't know. You got to ask him. So get in touch with him. Check out Zippa. Love you, buddy. And of course, Ryan AP. Known Ryan AP a while now. He chopped it up with him over at TD's for a couple years now, I guess. Aquavision, how you doing? Andres Negron, appreciate you. Always coming by. Chad Marcion. Everybody, be like Chad Marcion. Become a member. Tell him, Chad, it's not that bad. It doesn't hurt. Yeah, I know, Zippa. We got it coming. You're teasing him there. You're teasing him. It's coming. Is it already? Oh, you know what? You already gave it to me, didn't you? Oh, my God. Man, I already got the email. I saw it, and I completely brain farted that I could have done that today. So we're going to do that. Nah, 420, how you doing, buddy? Ain't you supposed to be working? Love to see you, Nah. Hey, make sure y'all are going over to Twitch and checking out Nah 420. I think he's running some Modern Warfare right now, the fresh new one. And he needs some follows, man. Get him up on Twitch over there. Nah 420. Make sure you're hitting him up if y'all play games besides Madden. He's trying to fire up a decent gaming community. So make sure you're hitting up Nah 420 over on Twitch. Angry Dolphin. What are you so angry about, man? I thought I was supposed to be the angry one. Just kidding. John Santos, love you. How you doing? Yep. Good point, Vader's daddy. What's up, Capitan? You able to speak, or you having issues?
I might be a little spotty at times, but
right
I'll
on.
do my best.
How's it going, Cap for Life? Von Joe's, love you guys. Perfect Q, how you doing? Look, everybody's trickling in now, man. Look at that, Mike C, Mark Jones.
Button and donate to the channel that he should be doing these afternoon shows more often. That's how Culler will know you guys enjoy it. Like and share, donate, because I'm trying to get Culler to do these daytime things.
And I know if I get
he
more,
wants to know that you guys.
And if I make it every day, I'm sure people come, be like, yeah, okay, that's where it's at now. That's where I'm going to probably sit myself and reside going forward here for the next few months, ladies and gentlemen. Probably right here around, 1 to 3 o'clock, 1 to 4 o'clock, because that's just where it works. And we want to make sure you have something from the Fins Tailgate every day. We say it's the tailgate that never stops, but yet it's been stopping. So we got to make sure it keeps going on every day. And hopefully I can help to make sure of that every afternoon for you. And El Capitan will love it.
Well, I make sure to do a good job putting some clips out there, so I always keep something happening.
Well, I'm sure you love listening to stuff while you're at work too, Matter of fact, Capitan was like, Culler, when you go in, it's dead as fuck, man.
Yeah, totally.
I need some content in my ear, bro, at this job. So, yep. How you doing, Marinos? Go Mountie Fins. I think I got almost everybody. ABS Champs, KS2. Yeah. Scott Jackson, how you doing? Scott, man. Scott is one of those guys that just sticks to his principles, Took a second off, probably went on vacation, and everybody thought he was dodging. He's back in full force. How you doing, Scott? Ace of Spades, how's it going? Barry Brennan. So, Capitan, while you got connection at the moment, anything you want to lead us in with, man? I was just gonna chop it up what's going on with Chubb and all that. I played the warm up footage you posted you retweeted on Twitter to
Cool.
start the show. But
I guess the talks never went more than a second rounder for Mike Gesicki. So that's why Mike stayed on the team, which, in hindsight, I think is going to be a good thing. We got
it can't
we got a
hurt.
squad, bro.
Yeah, it can't hurt.
Right
I've always been indifferent to what we do with Gesicki. You know what I mean? It's like if we keep him, it's like I ain't gonna cry about it. You know what I mean? He's still Mike Gesicki. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we know his value is that of first round quality. So if no one's willing to meet the value in which we post on them, then we're not going to listen to any offers.
Exactly.
So probably for the best, because not that Durham Smythe or Tanner Connor might be something later down the line, but it's a clear cut who's the best tight end on the team at this point, at least from pass catching. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even close. It ain't even close, bro.
Bro, I'm sorry, but I'm almost gonna have to totally restart this show, man.
Why?
I forgot that HB had sent me the attachment with the new intro for Coffee and a Cup of Color.
Oh my God, Culler! Well, debut it right now because
I'm gonna, because I'm looking at it now and I'm like, oh my God, this is exactly what I want for this show.
You have no idea how long you do know how long and how much time and energy he's put into this intro.
Oh, I'm
it's
100%
amazing.
Bet that.
Dude, he's been rendering it and digitally doing it. When he first finished it, it was so strong it crashed his fucking $10,000 setup. He had to fucking cut it. He had to cut it down some to get it to actually be able to render and put in. It was too much. It was like movie quality. So like literally too much. So I would love it, man. Let's debut it. What are the numbers at right now?
I'm uploading it right now. It's gonna take a minute. I'm uploading it now. I got a decent internet connection. Let's see how fast it goes. Oh wow, that's going fast today. Shout out to Comcast, man. Damn.
Fucking Comcast.
Thank God for small favors, right? Thank you, Comcast. You did your job today.
Bro, Comcast, one of the best, man. It's friggin' this junky old friggin' Spectrum I got around this area. God, they're terrible.
Oh, they're falling off, huh? I used to have them through Cox Communications in Missouri.
Yeah, Cox,
and they were all right.
Cox is Bright House and Spectrum, and they're terrible. They run like the Missouri run fucking organization.
Well, the problem is the connection that Missouri gets from the main hub. The main hub for Cox is in Arizona, and as it spreads out,
Arizona gets all the Cox.
Right. So as it spreads out, it tears down to a different connection to like the Midwest, and then it tears down to a different connection to Florida, which is still super fast, but still kind of not their full strength. You know what I mean? So like when you get into I had him in Ocala, and it was like whatever. But when I had him in Missouri, it was like way better.
Yeah, they had a Spectrum whatever in Tennessee, and it was really good.
Right.
But yeah, here in Florida, they need to step their game up. Really, yeah, Comcast, Xfinity, they're the best in these parts.
I mean, down here, yeah, I shouldn't crab on them. Because I have had decent service from them for the most part. Like I haven't ever had to call them for anything since I've been back here.
Oh, so. Man, I would say that we have Bright House and/or Spectrum, whichever one they're calling themselves on any given month, out to do the internet. I mean, I've been living in this area now that I moved back here for work for years. And it's just again and again, no matter how many times you get a technician out there and redo stuff, pay for extra fiber optics, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's still just C minus. You know what I'm saying? At best.
And like we got this exposed CO box, all the wires hanging out, you know, and it's like, you know, that's a
That
fire
can't be good
hazard,
for it.
all kinds of bad stuff, you know, and it's like nobody fixes it. The technicians come out here and service people, and then they see that and don't do nothing about it. Don't call in a work order or nothing.
No, they just look at it.
We even had Xfinity technicians living in their apartment complex parked right in front of that rat's nest that didn't do anything about it.
Yep. And you know what? They're all looking at it thinking, not my job, even though it is their job.
Exactly.
Motherfuckers.
Yep.
It's the same shit I'm dealing with at work. You know what I'm saying? We're building all these houses, and it's just
so
you get a guy out there.
Zip is saying this is just a teaser, bro. Because the big one is is still a week away, a couple weeks away, and it's still crashing his PC.
Is it? Damn. So this is just this ain't even all of it. I told you, bro. He's got a whole thing going on.
Oh, that's cool, man. You know, I can't even express how much I appreciate a guy like that, bro. I never even knew him until I met you, and it's like, look at that, bro. The effort he puts in for us, bro. It's just amazing, man. You know?
Well, he loves it too. Don't let him confuse you. He loves.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you got in a groove with a hobby, then that's like gold. You know what I mean? That you could do what you love for a living. That's where you find peace.
That's the idea, man. That's the idea.
You know, that's just all there is to it. And don't let nobody convince you have to hate your job.
No, that's not in America, anyhow.
That's an old trope that your elders shove in your face just to make you feel like it's okay to feel miserable your whole life. No. Do what you love for a living, or be a bum on the street. One or the other.
That's that Teamsters / what's it called? Like Teamsters and what are they called? When you have like a bunch of
like the union guys.
Thank you. Teamster and union guys. That's their deal, bro.
Yeah, and you know, I probably just made about 20 people quit their job, you know.
Damn, anyway, you're a full-on influencer now.
I know, right? Hey, quit your job. Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
Don't quit your job. Donate to the channel.
Yeah. Don't quit your job, because we need you to donate to the channel.
Yeah, help us quit our jobs.
So I guess I don't have to totally, since it's not the full intro, I don't have to totally restart the show and all that. I can just play it real quick. So let's see what we got here.
All right, let's do it.
This button over here. This button over. I got to pull this lever and slide this knob. And let's see. Okay, here we go.
Nice. Told him you love the reggae too. I told him
for real?
Love the reggae.
Oh my God, man. Hey, man, the only thing is just put a little plate with some pancakes on it. And like a little butter on top, you know what I mean?
Little slide in some pancakes.
Oh yeah, because there's nothing better than a cup of coffee, some pancakes, and some reggae, man. There's nothing better than that. It's the key to life. Love your job, and on Saturday morning, whip yourself up some coffee, some pancakes, and throw on some reggae in the background. You'll absolutely just love your life. By the way, AVS Champ says, funny you say that. I quit my job today.
Nice. See, I knew
AVS gets it. AVS gets it, man.
Nice.
Throw the reins off. Just throw the shackles up, man. Just go, run. Start a YouTube channel. Anyway. So, what do you think about Bradley Chubb, man?
Man, in all the whispers that I heard, that one was the least likely I thought we were going to pull off. Not too dissimilar to the Tyreek Hill when I was hearing that. Did I think that it was unlikely? And man, Chris Grier again and again and again keeps proving me right. Thank you, Chris Grier, because it's me that's out here while everyone's talking about Chris Grier's a punk. We need to get rid of him. Our organization sucks. I got to listen to Mark come on here and tell me to get rid of my general manager. And I'm over here. You don't know what you're talking about. Chris Grier's a gangster. He's out here fleecing fools and snatching their goods out of their house, putting the black mask on with the shotty. I don't want to hear it, bro.
And I want it to be known right now.
And dealing.
This man next to me does not have to write any apology. He's the one that needs to be dishing out the apology letters. He's been championing Chris Grier the entire offseason, and everybody knows it.
Yep. I knew he was gonna come through. Look, I wouldn't have begrudged it if he didn't do a move, because it's kind of kicking the can down the road. But just like I said, if they make some blockbuster moves, it'll signal to me and to the fan base that, hey, this year, next year, they're all in for this year, next year, and possibly the third year.
Ain't no preseason games from here on out. Is what it's saying.
No more friggin'
no more Minnesota Vikings games.
Yeah, no more Vikings game that will let slip through our fingers nonsense anymore. This team's all about winning.
Yep. And think about this. If Bradley Chubb turns that 16-10 into 16-0.
Really what it comes down to, especially now with our weakened secondary. But we have some young guys that are playing real well, and Cater Kahoo and Noah Igbenogany. You give them more time to develop and do what they're doing best, learning on the fly, on the field.
You make an excellent point. Think about what we've seen, the improvement we've seen out of Noah, which is obviously, pump the brakes a little bit, make sure it's for real and consistent. But imagine now that he's got, like you're saying, that kind of help and time. It's like,
that's right,
man. Like, we're not so we were only decimated by injuries in our secondary because we weren't getting a pass rush. It's not like these guys are chumps. You know what I mean? They're just doing all they can, and they're not. If you don't have a pass rush, you need 4 Xavier Howards and 4 Javon Hollands on the field. You know what I mean? And nobody has that.
Oddly enough, the last few years, we've been either dead last or next to dead last against the run. But we've been good in the turnover margin and against the pass, having 2 lockdown corners. As of now, the Dolphins in the last 3 games, shout out to EM Dolphin fan for sending me this text message, so I'm going to use it right now.
Sure.
The Dolphins in the last 3 games haven't given up 100 it's all been under 100 rushing yards. And right now the Miami Dolphins against the run on defense is 7th in the NFL. What a turnaround from how terrible we were last year against the run.
Yep. And I saw a stat yesterday, because this came up yesterday. One of our mutual friends decided to start trashing the defense and point out that because we gave up a couple of them goal line runs against Detroit, like a hot knife through butter type stuff. Yeah, it looked bad. But that's the first time we've done that all year. We have been pretty good at stopping on 3rd and 4th down against the run. And matter of fact, we are currently 8th in the league in stopping teams from getting a first down, in number of first downs via the rush against us.
Imagine where that would be yesterday or where it would be now if
right
on Sunday a couple of those.
So the first half we saw in Detroit was really an aberration on our run stop ability at the goal line. Or in inside the 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or even 4th and short situations. We've been getting off the field in those situations pretty good until Detroit.
Oddly enough, everyone thinks the defense isn't doing that great. But really the only difference is we're not getting turnovers every single game like we were. We've actually improved mightily in the run. The passing game has the defending the pass has fallen off, but look at the injuries we've taken in that. So really, if you look at where we are, considering how injured we've been in our DB unit, we're not doing bad at all.
No, exactly. And you get the kind of help like Bradley Chubb, in the mid-level and up front. I mean, dang, man,
we find
like we should clean
ourselves
that right up.
magically. We find ourselves magically, and it's not really, not really something that can't happen now that we brought Bradley Chubb in here. Magically getting a nice pass rush without blitzing, it's on like Donkey Kong, bro.
Exactly. Because then we can drop that extra guy into coverage that we don't, when we don't have to use him as a spy. And it's like, boom. What's up, Clemente? I saw a couple other late joiners. Irving, Q, how you guys doing? Dolphins Realtor. Everybody make sure you're catching Dolphins Realtor on Twitter. Hit them up for any of your real estate needs in the Florida area. And Bentley, how you doing, Bentley? I also saw a tweet earlier today. I'm hoping I can scroll quick enough because it's been a while, and it was from a Buffalo fan, so it's not like I have any way to get back to it quick.
It's not like you're following them or something.
Right. But so I'm hoping it comes up quick here. But if not, I'll just relay the message. At least one Buffalo fan is a little worried about us now. I already saw one tweet today, a Buffalo fan telling other Buffalo fans, pump the brakes on Miami. They, I wish I could find it, but oh well. But you get the gist, you know what I mean? Like they're already recognizing, a guy like Mark, I don't expect him to recognize it, you know what I mean? But whatever.
Well, I'll tell you one thing for certain. Buffalo does not want to see Miami for a third game in the playoffs, because even if the team wasn't even a lick better than it was starting this year, and none of these changes at the trade deadline happened, it would be so Buffalo to lose to the Dolphins in the playoffs on the third game they play against each other. That's just how Buffalo's history is.
Yep. And I mean, I just don't understand why people can't realize that with what we've built, that we actually challenge them when they're out there losing crappy games like they did last year. You know what I mean?
Well, look, they still don't have their Pro Bowler in the back end back, who they're going to get stronger as the year goes on. They're a great team. They're a team to emulate.
Well, I tell you, if I was
ways.
comparing upgrades, call me a honk if you want, but if I was comparing upgrades, I would say that Jeff Wilson Jr. beats out Nyheim Hines all day long.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that story's yet to be written. I do like that, the Dolphins were able to get Jeff Wilson for the cost that it took versus to where I know that the Browns really wanted a third-round pick for Hunt, and that's just along with paying him, that's just too much value.
Right. Yeah, I'm giving up on this stupid Buffalo fan. I don't care. But basically, they were like, hey, man, watch out. They're not as bad as y'all think. Amigos or somebody, I don't know who it is a member, like renewed or whatever, but a message got retracted, so I'm not going to shout it out yet for a membership. But anyway, so real quick, Capitan, and I'll get your opinion on this too. The power rankings obviously came out Tuesday over on NFL.com. Dave Hanzus, and he has us now at 12th ranked. That's up 2 places from 14 from last week. And here's his explanation. The Dolphins have a healthy quarterback and seem to have rediscovered their happy place. Miami won for the second straight week, piling up 476 yards of offense in a 31-27 victory over the Lions at Ford Field. We suspected Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle would create a nightmare scenario for defensive coordinators, but this is just ridiculous. Hill and Waddle have combined for 1,688 receiving yards in the first 7 games, the most by a teammate duo in the first 8 games of the Super Bowl era. Hill is on pace for 2,042 yards, which would shatter the all-time single-season mark currently held by Hall of Fame Lions wideout Calvin Johnson at 1964. As for Waddle, he's on pace for 1,545 and 11 touchdowns. Slacker. That's what he wrote, slacker. I think that was a dig to get the who's riled up. You know what I mean?
Nah, he's just playing with the article, man. It's smart.
Yeah.
It's you really. I mean, does anyone not think that by the end of next week, that Hill's not well over 1,000 yards? I mean, what's he at now?
So, guys, make sure you get over to NFL.com. Check the rest of Dave Hanzus' opinions on his rankings, and find out why he thinks the 6-1 Buffalo Bills are better than the 7-0 Philadelphia Eagles, and why the Miami Dolphins are 12th ranked when they're the ones that put that 1 next to Buffalo's 6, who's ranked first. So get over there and find out for yourself what he says.
Rankings. I forget whose rankings it was, but they had the Dolphins at, I think, 9th or 7th.
There is a marked difference between Dave Hanzus and the rest of the bunch. He's a lot less willing to put us up, and he's a lot less willing to keep us up. Like, he dropped us all the way to 24th from the Vikings loss, then moved us up to 14th from the Steelers victory. And then now we get 2 places up for, wiping the floor with the Lions. You know what I mean?
Huh.
I mean, yeah, we could have put up more points, but that wasn't our players' faults. That, in my opinion, that was coach, kind of getting in his own way. You know what I mean? But I'm not trying to fault McDaniel at this point. We won. I'm not, people misconstrue that as shitting on the win, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to say, look, we really rolled the Lions, if you think about it. We outclassed them. So that's what that's all we needed to really see. So I don't know why 12th. We should be in the top 10. Especially since if they're gonna use the logic, oh well, Buffalo is just better than the Eagles, it don't matter what their record is. Well, the Buffalo's record is the way it is because of us. Whether they think it was a fluke or not. We've built our team now to where we're not a fluke anymore. And we've already got a W under our belt against them. You know what I mean? Now we don't need the fluke. So why wouldn't they, you know what I mean? Like, give us like 7th or something. Especially considering he's got the Ravens at like 6th or 7th or something like that. It's like, are you kidding me?
Weird.
Yeah. That's just the Lamar Jackson effect, dude. Right or wrong, it's the Lamar Jackson effect.
I mean, this team is studded with stars all over it. I mean, just think of what now we got. Look at our D line. Just and I'm going to include the outside linebackers in on this because they play on the line a lot. We've got Jalen Phillips, Andrew Van Ginkel, Bradley Chubb, Melvin Ingram, Christian Wilkins, Zach Sealer. Am I forgetting somebody here, Culler?
Probably.
I mean, that's just the D line. I haven't even mentioned Xavier Howard. I mean, the team, and that's just the defensive side of the ball.
And given that, look, people can say what they want about Tua and all that noise, but Tua or not, our team as constructed on offense has far more firepower and a competent quarterback to deliver that firepower than the Ravens ever did with that good defense.
Well, I'm just saying, look at the team as far as position by position, player by player, and you guys tell me Chris Grier ain't doing his job. Exactly. Tell me he ain't doing his job now. I mean, it's just ridiculous. The
And to be
slander
honest
that
with
guy
you,
has
as
been
far
getting.
as who else, as far as player wise, who's doing their job, lay aside the injuries, people. Okay. I get that. Okay. But laying aside the injuries, Tua right now is top 3 on our team as far as position over position. You know what I mean?
Oh,
In
I
other
mean,
words,
as far as
position aside,
productivity
doing his
goes,
job
oh
at
my
his
God,
position, probably
forget
top
about it.
3, I'd say right now.
I mean, easily.
I mean, who's the top 2? Waddle and Hill. You know what I
I
mean?
know, right?
Waddle
And then
won
they
because
only
he's
sit
getting the scores. You know what I mean?
in Hill because of obvious reasons. And the only reason they get put over Tua is because Tua has been out those games. If he
Right.
was in, he would be
Right.
sitting above him.
Exactly. Because he'd be the one delivering every bit of it to him.
Yeah, all those yards would be his.
Right. So that's not a knock on to it. It's just to say that he's not our problem. That's for absolute sure. You know what I mean? And that's
Not
why they
right
made the
now.
move they made. That's why they made the move they made yesterday.
That's right. They're seeing a team that they know this year and next year, they don't want to see any of these pieces come or go outside of potentially Mike Gesicki, and that's probably it. I mean, I think they'd probably even franchise tag Christian Wilkins at this point to keep this team together.
Well, and Cap for Life's a little concerned. He's like, don't jinx it. Wait till week 17. Remember what happened week 4. God don't like ugly. And I get it, but at some point we have to trust our guys, man. It's just, Tua included. I mean, if he fails or he stumbles, I'm going to be right here with open arms to say it's okay. This is what he needs to do to get better and move on to next week. I mean, it is what it is. That we're in the middle of the season in a run right now, and our organization just gave us more tools to help make that run, and that they're serious in supporting that run. So Tua is the guy, and it's just he's doing his job. So I have no reason to think there's no indicator that anything is going to turn around and reverse the other way. If that's
Culler,
what happens,
our
then
offense
how is that
out,
any different than any other season with the Miami Dolphins? You know what I mean?
Our offense comes out and plays like they did last Sunday against the Lions. Tua plays like that. I don't think there's not a team with an offense that we can't keep up with or beat. It's just a fact. That's it.
Yep. And
There's not
shout
a
out
team.
to Kevin Lee, consistent donator, $5 donation. Appreciate you, Kevin. Chubb going to make Allen a sack, lunch, and Fields this Sunday. Watch. Experts are already saying we're overtaking Bills and KC. Crazy, but I agree talent-wise. Absolutely. Again, Kevin, you've heard me say right from the beginning of the season. Now my takes are based on we have execution. If we don't execute, then that's a failure on our players / coaches' fault. You know what I mean? So then what are we talking about here? If we don't have execution, we're going 0-17. That's what I said at the beginning of the year. So I have to make my predictions based on execution. If we don't execute, we'll lose to everybody. You know what I mean?
I've got full faith in Boyer now. I had questions, as I'm sure we all did, on whether there'd be a drop off in defensive production now that Flo and Alexander is gone. But Boyer, I have full faith in him. He's got guys like Cater Kohu out of Texas A&M Commerce stepping up and delivering game. I mean, have you seen the list? He's in the top 10 in rookie of the year conversation.
Right. And also what I had just said to Kevin, I also apply that to Cat for Life's worrying about jinxing. Look, I'm just going on execution. If our team executes even 95%, we would destroy every single team in this league. And that's what the media is recognizing, is if they're putting us overtaking Bills and KC. That's what they're recognizing. It's up to our guys to do it, including Tua. And so far, they've proven they can. Sure, there's been stumbling blocks, stumbles. But, hey, the Bills lost to the Jags last year and only put up 6 points. But nobody wants to say, oh, Josh Allen, he's not consistent. The only other thing is injury. And I think we can all agree, especially if we get more wins under our belt and more consistency and the additions we've made yesterday, I don't see why Skylar Thompson couldn't keep it going. We're
Yeah,
in relief here, people.
In relief in a pinch.
And I'm not calling for that by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just trying to say, I'm trying to exemplify why we're in a good position here.
Yeah, you're really pointing out, again, the amazing job Chris Grier's done as far as loading this team with depth.
And hey, I'm not going to say, oh, Chris Grier, you were right. I was wrong about Tua. It's not about that. I'm not in the building with the guy every day. Chris Grier has that advantage over me. You know what I mean? All I can see is what Tua does on Sunday. And that's all I've ever based my takes on. And notice, people say it's backpedaling, but it's, look, if I'm telling you that all I've ever based my takes on was what Tua does on Sunday, and it went like this,
Culler, it's a week-to-week
how
basis,
am I backpedaling? Bro. I mean, I'm just following the trend upward.
Listen, if it's a good performance, we'll call it out for a good performance.
That's what I'm saying. My eyes are just following the trend upward.
Yeah, well, listen, we'll remain critical about the things that need fixing up. If it's a bad performance, we'll be critical about it and hope for the best next week.
And my arms are open to say it's okay. We'll move on because we have no other choice right now. It's his team.
Well, listen, we take care of business again this Sunday against the Bears, who, you know, their pass defense is pretty decent, and their offense just got stronger with the Chase Claypool trade, which to me, and I haven't confirmed this yet, I think that the Packers being in the sweepstakes of the Chase Claypool thing kind of put the Mike Gesicki thing dead in the water.
I see. So Gesicki got blocked by a Chase Claypool potential.
Yeah, and I think you know, they probably called a little too late to pull that trigger. But either way, you know, we continue to take care of business. This team, offensively and defensively, can beat any football team doing what they need to do. And
I wholeheartedly agree. I've said that all offseason, bro. We all said that all offseason.
Every win we get versus every loss we amass puts us one more bit of cushion closer to solidifying ourselves in the playoffs. And who knows? Yep. Again, and Culler, you and I have said this all year, that come the final quarter of the season, and we spoke to Bills fans when we spoke like this, come the final quarter of the season, it's going to be Bills fans looking at the Dolphins' schedule and theirs and comparing win and loss check marks, trying to figure out if they're going to continue to win the AFC East or if the Dolphins are going to take it from them.
And what have I always said?
Look, about it, bro. They're going to be shook. They're going to be scared.
Right. First of all, shout out to some late joiners. Mainly, I forgot to welcome Cat for Life properly before I pointed out one of his comments. But how you doing, Cat for Life? The Fin Tank, Green Rat, how you doing? And also welcome everybody, Mo Sauces, to the chat. How you doing, Mo? Appreciate you coming by. And Trey, I see Trey in the chat too. So Danny Marino, how you doing? So, Cap, what I have said, God, so many thousands of times is that, you know, look, I am never going to say we're going to the Super Bowl. You'll never hear those words out of, I'm not that much of a unrealist to say, to say, yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl. All I've ever said is, and the reason I say that is not because I don't.
Let me just pause you right there, Culler, because I'll tell you what, the Dolphins make a deep playoff run this year, and whatever have you, take care of business. We see us winning playoff games. I may not say we're going to the Super Bowl and yada yada yada, but you could bet your sweet coffee and a cup of Culler ass that we'll all be talking and thinking Super Bowl next motherfucking year.
Well, but see, even beyond that, and here's what I mean. I'll never say, yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl. There's only ever potential, because we all know from now until the Super Bowl and even the end of the Super Bowl, you've got David Tyree catches. You've got Julian Edelman catches. You've got Music City Miracles. You've got all kinds of freaking little things that can happen to even the best team to say, yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl. I'll never say that. What I will say is what I've said all offseason. You don't build a team to go to the playoffs and hope for the Super Bowl. You build a team to win the Super Bowl and stumble in the playoffs along the way for a year or two, maybe not at all. And what I'm saying now is, on paper, given proper execution, we are a Super Bowl contender as of yesterday at 4:00. I'm saying
I think they've signaled as such that this team is a competent football team. It's studded up and down with talent all over the roster. It's got a great coaching staff all over the place. There's some things that need to be cleaned up, obviously, penalties being one of them. Some offensive play calling and clock management from our rookie head coach. But all things considered, and here's another thing I was going to say a few minutes ago. And again, I'll shout out EM. You know, I had a long conversation.
Yeah, you want to grab his super chat? Thanks for the $2 donation, baller. Connor playing like top 5 center. I knew he was a center.
So, but
Thanks,
yesterday I had a phone call with EM Dolphin fan and Lewis and TD and Estefan and stuff like that. We were all just
that was the other EM you were talking to.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You know, EM kind of said this, and he's right.
Well, this EM pays us, bro. So I'm going to side with this EM any day of the week.
I got you. I said this, and Ian was like, man, I literally just said that to TD before I got on the phone, what I said. And him and I were basically saying that if you take all objectivity out of it, the firing of Flores, the backroom stuff, all the off the field things, and put it into context for where Tua is in year 3 as a year 3 quarterback, and take in consideration that year 1 he came in injured, he's not only on schedule as far as progression of growth, he's probably above schedule as far as progression of growth. And
that's a possibility. I just wish they would have just, believe it or not, this is all on the organization, as it always is, bro. They could have just, if we as fans were to be truly kept up to speed the whole process, bro, we would have known where we're at. But they were too afraid to put that out there because of his draft status. And that's really pains me about the whole thing.
Yeah, but you know what? We find ourselves just, a day after the trade deadline, making big money moves to go in now. And whether we like it or not, it's always the hardest road traveled. That is the road that is best taken, because it's getting you where you want to go. It's the most memorable.
Right.
And we've gone through our ups and downs these last couple of years trying to build this team back together. And Grier,
instead, Capitan, we got people that are close to him fomenting toxicity on social media, saying, ha, you don't know that he's really good because you don't know what I know. Well, tell us what you know, and maybe I would agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to get deep into it because I don't want to call nobody out. That's not my intention,
I'm gonna be as PC about it as I can. With that, any of you in this fan base, or any of you hired outside of the fan base that now are coming in like you own some shit, all you guys can go fuck yourselves if you think you're going to gatekeep people allowed to be Dolphins fans.
Right.
It's not going to fly. That ain't the Miami Dolphins way.
It never will.
Not how we get down in Florida. We accept you people for any and all of your flaws as long as you understand what it is to be Florida, and that is free and accepting and liberating and all those things. We don't like all this BS
Hey, remember
nonsense that they're trying to do.
remember why everybody thinks we fired Flores. Well, do you think any of us like an asshole?
No, not at all. No. What you know what I don't like about the firing of Flores and the whole thing is all of it. I don't like the shit talking. I don't like what how they teared the man down and just all this stuff. They air out the dirty laundry. It just all of it was
Real
ugly
quick,
look.
dude. I gotta do some potato clearing out of people's ears real quick. But first I want to get the Marino's Goats $5 donation. Appreciate it, Marino's Goat. Come on, guys. Super Bowl. Our odds of making the playoffs got Super Bowl low after that third loss. And I agree. I'm joking about the potatoes in everybody's ears, but a few people are saying similar things in chat, and I think I was misunderstood again. I don't believe necessarily one way or another that we're going to the Super Bowl. That's precisely my point. I'm not going to say we're going to the Super Bowl, and I'm also not going to say we're not going to the Super Bowl. What I'm saying is we are contenders to do that.
Culler, it's going to take a little while. Culler, listen, it's going to take a little while for Dolphins fans to really.
There's just a subtle nuance difference between the two statements.
It's going to take people a while to pinch themselves and realize that this is our reality. This football team, currently constructed on the trajectory, is a team that is a contender, and where we will end up by year's end. I'm not maybe not a Super Bowl berth or something like that, but I'm just being real.
Here's what'll drive home my point. Every time a new season starts, or even midway through the season, whenever, you start to get a pecking order in the media of their favorites, right? And you hear at least 4 or 5 teams that they talk about every year, and everybody defaults to them being Super Bowl contenders. They're like, yep, that team's a Super Bowl contender.
Kansas City, as of recent, it's the Bills.
Right. Well, since there's only 2 Super Bowl teams each year, how can there be 5 Super Bowl contenders? Because it's a difference between being a Super Bowl contender and actually getting there. But building your team,
there's always a dark horse that comes out of nowhere.
What I'm saying is building your team to get to the playoffs is only you'll maybe get to the Super Bowl. But if you build your team to get to the Super Bowl, you'll stumble through the playoffs a couple times on your way there. But it will happen because you're a Super Bowl contender. Those 4 or 5 teams I'm talking about are the ones that always trade visits to the Super Bowl the last 4 or 5 years.
Well, Culler,
so that's why people say they're Super Bowl contenders.
If Tua continues on putting up, excellent work on tape and victorious as he's been,
right.
in all year this year, and we continue on this trajectory, whether we go to the Super Bowl or however far we get in the playoffs, my point is that accept it now, Dolphins fans, because when next year rolls around, when they start talking about those 5-7 teams that are Super Bowl contenders, they're going to be talking about us.
Exactly. That's my point. They're not talking about the Tennessee Titans, even though the Tennessee Titans are in the playoffs every year, because they built a playoff team. They didn't build a Super Bowl contender.
This team's building a contender. And look no further than the friggin' roster, bro. Look no further than the roster itself.
Tennessee's one of those teams that even if they make it to the Super Bowl, they're not what I consider a Super Bowl contender. They just are a playoff contender that got lucky.
I mean, Culler, they've won their division in a shitty. No, they're in a shitty division. That's an Andrew Luckless Colts who have reeled that quarterback since he left. They got the Jaguars and the Texans, both teams who are rebuilding and firing coaches every other year. So they've gotten lucky. That's why every time they find themselves in the playoffs, they get their ass waxed right in front of everybody in prime time. So they're not a contender. That's my point. That's why no one talks about them as such. Come this time next year, or come the beginning of the season next year, they're going to be talking about the Dolphins as contenders.
Yep. What's good, Lewis? How you doing, buddy?
You won't be able to get those big time odds. It'll be only, the top 3 teams are plus 150. The Dolphins will be plus 300 if you were to take them to win the Super Bowl. You ain't getting no plus 1,500 no more.
Hey, everybody, do what Mudbone says. Hit that like button. It's real easy.
Yeah, I seen somebody friggin' put Mudbone and blocked them.
I let him know about it in another chat. I let him know we unblocked him. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
I seen somebody got Mudbone blocked. I went and unblocked you, Mudbone. You good with me,
Somebody
dog.
got mudboned.
Yep, somebody got boned by the mud.
But yeah, appreciate y'all. We got 85 people watching right now. That was that's much more than we started with, man. I thought it was going to be a dead one, but appreciate y'all coming out. As always, we got 46 likes as I can see. So there's about 40 some people that don't use their right hand blinker in traffic. Nobody likes that guy. Just saying.
Yeah, hit the like button, guys, please.
Mo Sauces says, come bye week, we'll be sitting at 7-3 before our tough stretch. I have no reason to disbelieve that, Mo Sauces. I really don't. You're absolutely right. Welcome, Carla. Forgot to properly say hi. The team will know the system even better, and we need one more D-line player. I think she's referring to really being a contender next year. You know what I mean? Like the couple other things we can do in the offseason.
Now, Carla, you say that, and the Dolphins have played really coy, but from what I'm hearing, that back injury has been a nagging injury for Agba. If Bradley comes in here, they're able to take snaps away from Agba, and we find ourselves with him getting healthy in the final quarter of the season, we might go, oh, yeah, that's why we paid Agba all of a sudden.
Yep, and don't forget, Carla, we got a couple guys waiting in the wings that are rookies this year that we believe in so far. You know, most of us do, like Tyndall or Good or some of these other linebackers, but yeah, D-line up front, sure. We're going to have to end up replacing the likes of Wilkins and Agba and guys like that. We can't be hamstrung by those guys. You know what I mean? It'd be nice to find some rookies in the draft that can shell out. And then we got the leverage on a guy like Wilkins, So I don't disagree with that.
I got to be honest.
I'm just a believer, Carla. I think we can do it this year. Oh, ye of little faith in Tua.
I know, Carla. When'd you lose all your Tua faith?
Yeah, what happened, Carla? I thought Tua was gonna own it and pull us through no matter what.
Christian Wilkins. I feel like I know
such a good
Chris Grier pretty good. To me, Christian Wilkins will be re-signed and kept and retained with the Dolphins.
What's up, Star 305? I had to say that he shouted at us to say hello.
When I see Christian Wilkins and that type and that player and that personality and everything, he literally is the embodiment of a football player that if Chris Grier could have his pick of personality, on, off the field, execution, work ethic, all those things, the philanthropy, the community stuff, everything, the package, it's Christian Wilkins. And because of that, I really think that he wants to pay Christian Wilkins, keep him here, and have him as a staple in the Miami Dolphins locker room as the kind of guy that is, hey, this is the golden standard of what we expect out of our Miami Dolphins football players on and off the field.
Right. So we're an hour in. Everybody like and share. You want to help me with the rundown, Capitan? I'm like, man, save some of my energy.
Oh, man. I guess so, yeah. I mean, whatever. We got
Oh, you can't see the screen, can you?
Yeah, I can't even see the screen. I mean,
all right, well, you lead me then. Maybe I'll do it quick enough if you can remember the tree.
All right, so every Tuesdays, we're going to have color commentary on every Tuesday. We'll be getting Tonk back in here. You guys can catch coffee and a cup of color randomly during the week, weekends, all that stuff, afternoons, mornings, just keep your day. We got Saturday late night exhale coming with Ali every Saturday at 10. And then throughout the week, you guys know you can catch me, El Capitan, anytime, every time, always around 10 p.m. I'll be on tonight too, guys, so don't forget. Cash App, Venmo, the Fins Tailgate. Make sure you guys are helping support the channel. Also through Super Chat. shout out to all the members and the mods. Guys, you can become a member, hit the join button. There's 3 different tiers. One of the best ways to help support the channel is to become a member. It, become family. And then also, guys, we got Fanatics link in the description. You guys can hit the Fanatics link and help out that way by buying yourself some gear. Also, with the Backroom Collections link is in the description. And use offer code hashtag TFTG to get 10% off any of your purchases through Backroom Collections. Then you guys already know you got the TFTG gear up and down, sandals, hoodies, friggin' everything you can imagine. Naked ladies. Wait a minute. Yeah. Get yourself one of these badass tumblers, all the freaking gear you can imagine, and support, guys. Shout out to everyone who does put the super chat to use. Very helpful with the growth of the channel. Every little bit helps, and
man, thank you for
we
that.
appreciate it.
Every little helps me too. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, no problem. Listen, I've been co-hosting this whole Bad Man Pajama.
So I'm gonna get to a couple of these little tidbits I was gonna get to, and then drop the link. Lewis is ready to talk.
I would love to hear Lewis. Lewis was calling me a 2 and ear on the phone yesterday because of my fucking.
Damn.
I know. I was like, damn, bro. He was calling.
So,
I was like, damn, bro, I'm a 2 and ear all of a sudden. Holy shit, Lewis.
I'm gonna drop it right now and make sure there's enough time to hear this out. But in the meantime, real quick, I'm gonna run through Alain's Poupart, his article about the Chubb deal over at Fan Nation, all Dolphins at FanNationSI.com. Alain Poupart, great writer. Appreciate you, buddy.
I like that he called it a Chubb deal. That sounds very sexual. So
Chubb in Miami for long-term and other Chris Grier revelations. Miami Dolphins are all in for 2022, but they didn't trade for linebacker Bradley Chubb strictly for this season. Chubb is playing in his 5th-year option this season and is scheduled to become an unrestricted free agent next offseason, and that played a role in the Broncos' decision to trade him. But the Dolphins fully intend on having Chubb be a part of their future, not just the remainder of this season, as they make a push for the playoffs and ideally a deep run into those playoffs. From our perspective, quote, when we do business, Grier said, we would like to have something done and we anticipate having something finished up here shortly. I think when you do these types of deals, you always have to have an eye for the future, like we're talking about. For us, adding Bradley, he's a good player, but we also feel good about Jalen Phillips and Andrew Van Ginkel and Melvin Ingram. So adding that piece to that group, but you always have to look for the future. I don't know if he was having a stroke or what, but that was kind of weird. That was the biggest take. That's end quote. That was the biggest takeaway from Grier's media session at the Baptist Health Training Complex on Wednesday, but there were several other interesting tidbits. Dolphins acquired Chubb and a 2025 5th round from the Broncos for running back Chase Edmonds, 2023 first round from San Francisco, and a 2024 4th round. We're always looking for opportunities to upgrade the roster, Grier said, and do things that we thought could benefit us, not just today, but long-term as well. So he was 26 years old, a player at a premium position, a very good football player. So we had some very casual conversations a couple weeks ago about it. But probably until like the last couple of days when they got back from London is when things really heated up between George and I, just having conversations, multiple conversations throughout the day, just trying to get, see if we could get a deal done. Interesting. And he goes on to his injury history, ACL tear, stuff like that. And why they didn't trade for a quarterback. You can continue to read the rest of Alain's article over at SI.com, Fan Nation. And we'll
a cornerback or quarterback?
Corner.
Oh, it sounded like you said QB.
I'll probably play the Grier presser here in a little bit when we get, we can look at it if you want to, because it's all basically somebody asked him why not a corner, I guess, and he answered it. So what's up, Lewis?
Alain Poupart totally nailed it with the proper info on that. Really, it only comes down to they're gonna pay that man. and they just restructured Jerome Baker to make cap space money to pay that man. So that's going to happen. What's up, Lou?
Hey, what's going on, fella? Hey, I can't believe it. What's going Culler, and is that El
What the hell
Capitan?
is this I hear about you calling Capitan a Tuanier on the phone?
Is that El
yesterday?
Capitan the Tuanier? Is that? Listen,
I see that, bro.
Oh man, listen. All I'm gonna say, when you talk to some of these dudes backstage, man, they turn to Tuaniers, man. I'm letting the secret out of the bag, Culler.
Oh wow, he never gave me any indication on our private conversations. That's kind of interesting.
Listen,
I'm a Tuanier in disguise. Jeez.
He's a Tuanier under disguise, Culler.
Wow. Shout
I'm
out
just
to
playing.
Paul McIntosh.
just
Welcome,
playing.
buddy. How you doing? And real quick, before you start cooking, Lewis, we got a very special guest. And welcome to Zzz. I'm not sure who's sleeping, but they're obviously some kind of bored over there sleeping. But we got a very special person in back who has gone through painstaking hell and high water to come back to the Fins tailgate. Was accidentally blocked for a long time, and we didn't know it. Technical difficulties. He's waded through hell with Jesus on his shoulders. None other than Big John Stud. How you doing?
Big John
Stud.
What is
That's
up?
actually me, Culler. I just forgot to change my thing.
Right on. How the hell you doing, man? Before I let Lewis cook, I gotta hear how you been, bro.
I don't even know, bro. I don't even know how I finally got back on, bro. It felt good to know that I was accidentally blocked, like it wasn't purposeful. I still think it was cap for life, just to be a dick, just for shooting.
Well, what do you know? What do you know? Look who just showed up. Cap for life. Have you fixed your pocket issues with the mods there, man? Or Big John was starting to
Not
feel
really,
some kind of way.
but yeah, man, it's funny to see.
Look, he's still having phone issues right now.
Yeah, Big John's retaliating right now. He's like, he's got a button.
What up, everybody? Man, I have to come back. I see Big John. I see Big John. How you doing?
Big John's tapped into that Tua technology when we start talking trash on Tua. It's when everybody
this guy's been gone for 5 months. Where the hell you been, bro?
What are you talking about, nigga? You were at my house like the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Hey, Big John, how you feeling, though, man? How you doing? You doing good? You doing good, Big John?
I'm all right, man. I'm just wondering how everybody's feeling. I was about to call Cap and be like, hey, Cap, you know what I'm about to trade for? And before I got to say, hey, Cap, I was like, oh, shit, okay.
So, Big John, so you notice how you came in and you're like, you know how I've felt over all them months in the off season about Tua and all that. And we've battled and we've agreed and disagreed and whatever else on 10 sides of the fence.
Mm-hmm.
You notice how you didn't come in here yelling at me about how trashy the defense is and how you were right about Tua and all along, and I'm a piece of crap for ever not believing in Tua. You notice how you didn't do that? I just wanted to admire you for that and show everybody that it's an example of how an adult acts. Just put that out.
Big John maintained his belief in Tua without having to destroy and tear everything and everyone down around him.
Take your laps, bro. Hold that trophy high because you were right, man.
Big John, one of the few Dolphin fans.
What you're talking about.
One of the few Dolphin fans that remained to be a Dolphin fan, even though he became a very big fan of Tua. He's always been a Dolphin fan first, and I've always appreciated that most about him.
Let me ask you guys a question. Y'all realize how shitty Justin Herbert looks right about now?
He looks like the Justin Herbert I didn't want to draft is what he looks like. Even though I like all the talent that he's got, it feels like, now that the pressure's on, expectations are high, it's kind of like when he was in Oregon. He lit up when he was young, and people figured him out.
No, what I'm saying,
what we're going to start doing?
What I'm saying is talent matters. He's missing his receivers, therefore he can't throw to anybody.
Well, that shouldn't be an excuse because there wasn't an excuse for Tua, so it's not. It should have been an excuse.
Yeah,
for
I ain't giving Justin.
It actually
Their
was an
defense, though,
excuse for Tua, Batman.
sucked,
We were
though,
just not
even though
letting
they've done
y'all get
everything they
away with
could.
the excuse. That's the
But
difference.
that's what I'm trying to say, Culler. Like people didn't accept it, so why are we going to accept that excuse that Mike Williams?
Because we're not Chargers fans.
I know, but I'm just saying he's
We
bringing up a
expect
good
more
point.
out of. We expect more. We
Hey,
have
I'm a
a higher
Chargers fan,
standard
Caller.
for Chargers fans.
I'm a Chargers fan. Sorry, guys.
It's Irv,
Sorry.
bro.
Who's a Chargers fan? Who's that? Oh, DTA.
I'm just fucking with you.
I was
Well,
about to say
real quick,
DTA is a Chargers
I
fan.
You know
wanted to- real
damn
quick,
well that
before
ain't
we-
true.
Before everybody gets started, I wanted to throw it back to Lewis real quick because he never got to really say his piece. But I wanted to welcome Mad Dolphins fan. I don't know if we've ever met before because you're going by a different name. It's could be Crypto. I don't know, but Cat for
No,
life.
it's me. It's me.
It's who?
It's me. It's Mr. Pope.
Oh, Mr.
Oh, I was gonna say, is
it's
that Mr.
not.
Paul?
Two in a
Mr.
row.
Paul.
Two in the same day.
Damn.
Big John Stud
Yeah,
and
wow,
Mr.
man.
With
Mr.
that
Punk, we were
being
about to send a
said,
wellness
play
check
the
out on you, buddy.
Powerball. We got to play the Powerball today. We got
The
two.
two of
I
these
know,
are
right?
wild.
We pick up
I told
Bradley
y'all.
Chubb, friggin' Big John Stud, Mr. Polk come out of the friggin' woodworks. I'm getting
The
ready to go
legends
get
are
me
coming
some
back.
scratch offs.
The two
Let's
of
go
these
play the
are
Powerball
wild.
tonight. 700 mil.
Lewis
Nah,
is like,
man.
I'm never gonna get to say nothing. Mr. Polk, how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, but go ahead and let Lewis say his thing.
No,
man.
no, no.
What's
Mr.
up,
Park,
Lewis?
you got the floor. No,
Go
Mr.
ahead,
Park,
Lou.
You got the floor. You
No,
know,
go
hey, I'm
ahead,
just saying. Go
Nah,
ahead,
Lewis
my
Mr.
brother.
respects you too much, Mr. Polk. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. 100%, Mr. Park. Do your thing.
No, listen, man. I miss all you guys. I understand sometimes that we go through situations, and that's what I've been going through. And it's the reason why I call myself Angry Dolphin is because you sometimes when you're being nice to people and you turn your cheek when they take a punch at you, and I don't mean that physically, and you get tired of turning cheeks. And you
Welcome
have
to my world,
I know
Mr.
how
Polk.
you feel, man.
Welcome
And
to my
sometimes
world,
you have-
Mr. Polk.
So how
Right.
long you been going by Angry Dolphin? Because I think I've seen that for a while now.
I'll tell you what,
No,
Mr. Polk, you name some names backstage. You let me know. I'm gonna put the tuna
Yeah,
bitch
no
up
doubt.
real quick. Fuck them
No
trying out my Mr. Polk. That
100%.
motherfucker catch a
Nah.
2-piece right now, Lou. You already know what time it is.
Right.
Well,
No,
if
it's just all about respect.
if we've
man.
ever made the mistake allowing
Regulators
that to
mount
affect you,
up.
bro, we apologize. You know what I mean? So
What happened now?
No.
no, I was just saying, Mr. Polk, if we've ever facilitated anybody here making you feel that way, we certainly apologize. Just on our end. You know what I mean?
Oh,
But,
no,
I just blame Culler.
I just want to say, just like Big John, both of you and Mr. Park, legends of the community, legends.
No doubt.
And for those of you who don't know who these guys are, these are
What's going
legends.
on, my brother?
we're about to
Welcome
send
back.
a wellness check out on you, Mr. Polk.
We appreciate you guys coming back, man. We love y'all, so we're happy you're back. Man. We're happy that both
Yeah,
of you guys are
and
back.
also I wanted to get to welcome Batman too. I never got a chance to properly welcome him, as well as DTA and Irving back into the chat.
We gotta let Lewis talk now because he's
Yeah, I'm gonna let Lewis talk. Q
Lewis talk.
probably is upset with me because I let Pete come up before him now, so I'm gonna have to handle all that one day.
No,
but
I ain't got.
whatever.
Listen, I ain't
No
got nothing to
offense,
say.
Q.
What up, Lou? What's going on, brother?
Listen, I ain't got really nothing to say. I just want to listen. Go ahead, Pete, rock, and you know what I mean. It is what it is.
Go ahead, Pete. Tell me how much you hate Chris Grier now.
Uh-oh.
I already know because I read his Twitter. So
Get him, Pete.
Listen, I'm gonna
Pete,
tell y'all
cocina,
this.
cocina.
Look, I'm a whisper. Because if I get
Oh.
loud,
Tell
people
him,
get
Pete.
mad.
Different
Tell
I
him.
need to
These
do
moves
this. Look how after a Detroit win, we got years.
You're breaking up.
Two and on got him, man. Two and on got him.
Two and on's got me. The two and ons are getting me.
Irving.
They're getting me loud and clear. No, I
can't
mean,
hear you.
look.
Whisper more,
This-
Pete, because Two and on
this-
hears you.
I'm being born again.
This
He's
is-
using a proper tone now.
I got you on speaker, Pete. So tread lightly. I got him on speaker right now.
Two is listening, guys. I mean, this trade with Bradley Chubb is just like it's like another thing that this fan base always does. Do you guys remember how you two-and-ears were cheering 5 months ago when we signed Chase Edmonds? Remember Chase Edmonds was the guy that was going to take us to the next.
Bro.
Everything new that comes in this locker room is always a cheering party. And I'm going to tell you guys right now. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys right now.
There's levels to this.
Nah, bro, I don't think it's what meets the eye with Chubb. I think people are hyping him way more than he's actually deserving of.
What we paid for Bradley Chubb was an overpay.
Bro.
We
Even his own
overpaid.
fans were talking shit about him, bro.
We overpaid for Bradley Chubb, and this fan base knows it. But since it's new, and since it's a tad bit better than Van Ginkel, our future.
Nobody knew who he was 2 weeks ago. Now
Our future. Our future. Our future
Listen,
draft
first of
pick.
all, I'm gonna hold on real quick. I just want to
Everyone's
say,
talking Super Bowl
back
just
when
because we
Bradley
added Chubb. That is
Brad-
crazy to me.
back when Bradley Chubb was coming into the draft,
Delusion.
I had scouted him and wanted the Dolphins to pick him up. Now,
Well, I get that,
granted,
Chris, but 2 weeks ago, nobody was mentioning Bradley Chubb. Now, all of a sudden, everybody's an expert on Bradley Chubb.
Because nobody knew he was going to be made available.
Yeah, no one knew he was going to be available. Why would we talk about another player's another team?
Nobody was talking about Tyreek before.
Exactly. Everybody wants to act like they knew that it was going to happen.
We should be satisfied that we got a top tier player at his position, and he's going to make our defense much better. That's what I care about.
And there's levels
so
to
the
this.
defense got stronger. Why are we complaining?
I know.
Nobody's complaining. My problem is everybody wants to come out with the "I told you so" bullshit, and that's when everybody gets jinxed.
You guys are not gonna compare a running back that's never that compared to a 3-time Pro Bowler. You're not gonna do that, Pete. I'm sorry. No.
Nobody's doing that. We're just trying to tell you that the "I told you so" bullshit is what jinxed this team a lot.
Van Ginkel hasn't even sniffed a full-time starter position, and you're gonna say he's barely. Chubb, he's right behind him. Come on, man.
Nobody's saying that, bro. Why are you putting words in people's mouth?
I don't think anyone's saying that.
No, Pete says that Van Ginkel and Chubb is not that big of a difference.
I'm not saying that he's not good. I'm not saying that he's not good. I just think he's a little overhyped, and for what people are hyping him up, I don't think he.
But what DTA? What are we hyping him up with? Because I agree. If people are
it's
saying
not.
Chubb,
let me reword that.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
Let me reword that. Let me reword that. It hasn't.
I'm saying DTA real quick before you, because I agree with
Go ahead.
comments. If you think we're going to become, or not you, but people saying because we got Bradley Chubb, we're Super Bowl bound.
And I didn't mean you guys with that at all, Lou.
Right. No, I got you. I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, bro, he's an upgrade of anything that we had on the defensive line.
By far.
Yeah,
I
agree with that. I agree with that.
Facts, Lewis.
I agree with that.
My issue is Pete saying that him and Van Ginkel are basically the same player, and there's levels to this. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't say that. I didn't even mention
no,
Van Ginkel.
Pete
didn't say anything, bro.
Pete said that we're barely missing a jump from Van Ginkel to this guy.
Why are you trying to turn Pete against everybody again, bro? You need to stop that shit, man.
He just
so what? Let that man be, bro. So what? He's a Dolphin fan. Let him be, bro.
That is not true.
He's a Dolphin fan. He's on a Dolphin panel. Let that man be, bro. Enough with the "I told you so" bullshit.
There's a whole different animal, man.
Enough with the "I told you so" bullshit. We don't need that, bro. We don't need that.
Out on their bullshit, bro.
Hey, wait till week 17, Q. How about that? Wait till week 17.
That's cool.
Bullshit is subjective.
That is cool. Come on, y'all. It's
bullshit is
let's
respected.
Be happy with the moment.
No,
hell no.
No, it's subjective. Bullshit is subjective.
Let's be happy with the moment and just take it 1 week at a time. Let's relax. Let's not jump ship or jump.
Yeah,
can I just say? Can I?
We don't want to talk Super Bowl. I agree about us not wanting to talk Super Bowl. I agree with that. We don't have to. But at the same time, you're not going to sit here and tell me Van Ginkel and him are the same guy. No, he's not.
Don't worry about that. Is that really going to mess up your day, Van Ginkel talk?
Yes, it's going to mess up my day because you're spewing lies.
Bro, that says a lot then about you, bro.
You're spewing lies. That ain't true.
What lies, bro? The season's not even done yet.
But you're not going to sit here and tell me that. I like Van Ginkel.
You're not going to crown people too in week 8, Batman. I love you, bro, but you're crowning people. Everybody in Super Bowl in week 8.
He has the stats.
Bro, what do you say about stats? What does Larry tell you about stats? What does Larry tell you about stats, Batman? I love you, Batman, but what does Larry say about stats, bro?
There's levels to this. There's levels to this.
Now you're losing me,
Van
bro.
Ginkel and him are not the
Your
same
level, you're on
guy.
a different level. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
I just
Van
don't
Ginkel
think
talk
he's. I
limit.
don't think he's going to make us an insta Super Bowl. That's just what I meant.
Fine.
No,
I
that-
All right,
that's
yeah,
fine.
hold on,
I
guys.
get the
Hold on,
chance.
guys. Guys. I want to give Batman a chance to respond to Cat for Life without being interrupted.
Yeah, my bad.
What is it you mean by levels? Go ahead, bro.
For example, I understand what DTA is saying, that like we don't want to crown it a Super Bowl automatically contender just because. Okay, I agree, that's fine. But what I'm trying to say is,
Batman, I wasn't accusing you either.
no. What I was addressing was what Pete came on here saying, that it was an overrated trade, and he's saying that
you know him already, Angel.
Let me
you
finish.
Know him already,
I know, but he has. You can't come and spewing this garbage when he knows it's not true. He came in here saying
you can call out anybody you want. In my opinion,
Yeah.
in my opinion, you can call out anybody you want.
That's really where the disagreement is. Cat for Life thinks that anybody can spew garbage anytime they want. You know what I mean?
He came in here and he said that this guy is not that much of an upgrade. This guy's not that much of an upgrade
a lot of the
compared to Van
garbage you
Ginkel.
say he's spewing ends up being reality.
But
what about the Waddle? What about the Tyreek? Because he said that those guys would never turn out. And what are they doing?
Bro, you losing sleep over that, really?
No, I'm telling you, Pete makes up things, and he's
bro,
not always right.
Anything I want. He can tell me everything in the book, bro. Are you gonna believe it?
I'm just telling you, Pete came on here.
Are you smart enough to believe it or not?
Can you let me finish? He came on here and said that Van Ginkel and Chubb are barely almost the same guy. You barely miss a step, and that is not true. That's not true.
I'm sure Van Ginkel would agree with that.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, listen, Batman,
I agree
like,
with Batman.
Do you see the? Do you see the problem though, Lewis?
And I like Van Ginkel.
What Pete said was something that Van Ginkel would say about himself. How is it unfair for Pete to say that? If that's his opinion,
it's not unfair. I'm just saying, in my opinion, I think Pete's wrong, but it's not unfair for Pete to come out here and say that.
Right. So Batman, right.
That's
right.
it.
So
I don't lose sleep over what Pete said.
And that's where the disagreement is Cat for Life doesn't think that Pete was spewing garbage. Batman does. Yeah. But I'm just putting it out there that Van Ginkel would say that would agree with Pete. I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure Tua thinks he's Peyton Manning. That's besides the point.
That's why it's not unfair for Pete to say it. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I get you.
My issue is everybody's happy. Everybody should be happy.
Hey,
but everybody gets real quick and start turning on everybody.
Give me a second before I start getting interrupted with millions of phone calls again. First of all, I'm sorry, Cap, because it was supposed to be your floor, but I don't have that much time. So as soon as I'm done, I'm off and you take off. Batman, the first thing I said was, Chubb is a tad bit better than Van Ginkel. And for what we paid, it's overpaying for that type of talent. Now, if you go look at the numbers, tell me where it's not true at. This guy has been missing. He's missed almost 2 years of his career due to injury, Batman. And his sacks numbers aren't in par for a first-round pick that you all are dancing about. So tell me where I'm wrong. I'm giving you that he's a tad bit better, but he's not amazingly better. So go ahead.
You said we overpaid for Tyreek as well, so I'm not going to listen to that nonsense.
You then don't listen to it, but we overpaid for Tyreek, and he's being automatic. Height, Tua looks at Tyreek. If anything else, he's going to scream at Tua, and you know it.
It hasn't happened, Pete, so I'm not going to let him buy a hypothetical world.
Hey, Culler, I got a question to ask the panel.
Sure thing, Mr. Polk.
Do y'all think we should go after? Hey, how's it going? Do y'all think we should go after? Hey, what's up? Y'all think we should go after Sidney Jones, the cornerback that Seahawks waived?
Yeah, we're waiting for him to clear waivers. I think we should go after him.
Hey, so I got the next question, and all y'all. This move that we did, trading for Bradley Chubb and this running back Jeff Wilson, this is Super Bowl talks, right? Is this Super Bowl talks? Yes or no?
Did you listen to what Culler just said?
So this move that we did, does it take us to the next step, Lewis?
It makes us contenders.
No. Answer the question. Answer the question. I'd like to know myself.
Okay, so this is how I'll answer it a different way than I did before. Okay.
Come on.
If you're telling me that the defensive coordinators of the Super Bowl contenders that are already established aren't now drawing up a game plan for us, you're wrong.
Culler, why are you detracting? Are these moves that we
That's an
made
answer to
right
the
now
question.
that we traded for Bradley Chubb and Jeff Wilson? This is Super Bowl right now with these moves. Yes
We're in the
or no?
conversation. We're in the conversation.
I go
I
and say
believe that we
it
can
makes our team a
contend
little
with
better.
anybody in the NFL right now, given proper execution. Yes.
Pete is not saying that it doesn't make us better. He's asking specifically, do you guys feel that this now
Well, the reason I feel it, yes, DTA.
Yeah,
and
thank
the
you,
reason I feel
DTA.
it
These
is
guys
because
come
I
with the
believe,
PR answers and
I
shit.
believe injury history aside, I believe that Bradley Chubb and Jeff Wilson Jr. are the type of players that execute every
and
play.
I think, and just in his defense too, and this is what I was saying, is I was never accusing like you, Culler, you, Batman, you, Lewis, anybody up here. It's ever since the move happened yesterday, both those moves, whether it's Twitter, Dolphins, on all these Dolphins creators on Instagram, on everything, bro. They jumped from baseline to we are fucking going to the Super Bowl.
We're just excited, DTA.
They do this all the time, PTA, bro. They give themselves a hard out, and when things happen wrong, all of a sudden they disappear for 3 weeks.
Look, I keep telling you, I will never say we're going to the Super Bowl, because why do you think when you look at the odds, why do you think the field is always got the best odds to pick over any individual team going to the Super Bowl?
Well, and Culler, that's what I'm saying. I never said none of y'all in the panel said it. I'll say that. And I'm excited too, and I'm glad. I feel like it does. It definitely helps us and it boosts us. I don't think that that's where we're at yet, at least from these, till I see it, at least. I don't have faith in that just these two moves is going to put us in the Super Bowl. I think that this team has more issues than just that.
Well, DTA,
can I add something to that? I think that that it adds a little. It's going to make our defensive coordinator change the way our defense is, not tremendously, but change it to a certain point, because now we have somebody who can go after like Josh Allen and maybe a good run stopper. But we got to wait and see, because we don't know what we get with the guy. So
that's the thing. That's the thing, Mr. Polk, that I think's being glazed over, is that the moves we made weren't just best on board. No, we targeted certain issues that we have and certain issues that we know we're going to have. With adding Bradley Chubb, that makes it 10 times harder for Josh Allen to do Josh Allen things. And we already beat him doing Josh Allen things without Bradley Chubb.
No, and I like this move considering the
don't care
field,
what their circumstance was.
Yeah, I like this move.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Because everybody, they were injured. Well, nobody is saying anything about injuries when they point out the fact that Josh Allen still put up over 400 yards on us.
Yeah,
but they lost the game.
Yeah,
and now we got Bradley Chubb on that defense to make sure he doesn't do Josh Allen's things. I just don't understand. Why is everybody defaulting to we're not a Super Bowl contender instead of we are a Super Bowl contender?
Yes, sir.
Because I'm not saying that we're not. I am not saying that we're. Listen. I'm not saying we're not a Super Bowl contender. That's not what I'm saying. But I am not going to sit here and say we are a Super Bowl contender just by those two pieces.
Get me in the playoffs first. How about that?
Yeah, get to the playoffs and win a game.
Well, I guess it's a matter of how close you thought we were before the moves. I guess.
I think that this team has more issues on both sides of the ball. I think that
what are those issues, DTA? I'm curious to know.
If our
the quarterback.
Get your ass out of here.
Talk to him, Lewis. Y'all go ahead.
Get your ass out of here.
I just want to hold on before we start down this road. I want to say that none of these panelists' opinion are the opinion of Color Commentary exclusively, without Color Commentary saying those are his opinions.
We know that.
Let you guys speak on it. But everybody here, first of all, hold on, guys. I want to welcome Anthony and Crypto to the panel. The only person that hasn't
Hello,
had
Crypto. What's going on, my dude?
The only person that hasn't had the floor exclusively is Q, and I want to give him a chance to say hello to everybody and tell us how the weather is out in the middle of nowhere.
Shit, I couldn't
Crypto
even.
don't know who I am.
Well, I got the floor now.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
I would like to speak after him, please.
Hey, what's up, fellas? What's up, fellas? What up to you and yours and everybody else on this panel? Man, what a pick. What a pick. And I want to refer back to what El Capitan said earlier in the show. He said that one of the things that's been missing from the defense is interceptions, turnovers. And Bradley Chubb, in addition to this defense and that pass rush, is going to create opportunities for the secondary to create turnovers. And that's what's been missing.
Disagree with that.
You needed a pass rush to in order for your secondary to be opportunistic and get turnovers. And so, man, this pickup right here, man, Bradley Chubb, that's big time right there. I don't know too much about Jeff Wilson
right now.
I don't know too much about that dude, but I'm pretty sure he's good. You know, with everything I've been hearing about.
He's not Myles Garrett level, but he's good.
Well,
hey, Q. So let me ask you this, Q. So if we don't make the playoffs,
we got great corners out there right now, huh?
What happens if we don't make the playoffs, Q, with all this talent?
That's coaching.
Then we'd be Cleveland Browns 2.0.
That's coaching. I put it down in coaching, play calling.
With all this talent,
there we go.
This early out,
There
Cap
we
for
go.
life. Cap for life. This early out, I would give the same answer Q did.
Yeah.
You know what?
Lewis,
all this talent.
Lewis,
Let me say this one bit and I'm done. Let me say this one bit. I'm done.
Go ahead, Q.
Cap, you think about it. With all this talent, what you just said, with all this talent, it's one thing that can bring it all together. It's coaching.
Flores. And I was
one thing that can bring it all together. That's coaching. Lewis, you can have the most talented team in the world without coaching. It's nothing more than a talented team.
And you can have the baddest army in the world. If you ain't got good generals or admirals, you're going to be crap.
Thank you for proving that. Thank you for proving my point, Crypto.
Yeah, but they're part of the army.
The key word is generals and admirals.
No, but they're part of the army.
The general could be your quarterback.
Well, they're part of the army.
General
so
can
if
be your coach.
And your army sucks. Anyway,
that's what I'm saying.
Before I let, I wanted to make sure Lewis didn't have anything to say because he's been abdicating the floor for everybody today. But I also want to welcome Concrete, and if Lewis doesn't have much to say, then I'm going to move on to Anthony. I think because Crypto is going to have a lot to say. I'm sure.
Color can I have the floor soon, but I've been trying to get in a word in, but I keep getting interrupted. But,
all right.
Go ahead, but I'll let a couple people. No, but I'll let a couple people slide in, and then I'll go later. Go ahead.
You sure?
I was just letting you know.
Yeah, but just to touch back on Q real quick.
But if my short-term
to the
memory
coaching.
ass forgets later, don't blame me, bro. I'm just saying.
I agree with you when it comes to the coaching. When it comes to the coaching with this squad, I agree. But at the same time, if it comes down to coaching,
it's not coaching. No, Cap. It's not coaching.
No, let me finish. Look, let me finish. If it comes down to coaching, then that goes to show you that the coach that we got now had all the faith in the quarterback. So I just want you to realize that.
Cap. That's what Grier did, Cap.
Management.
Grier gave up the only first pick Miami had next year.
No, I agree with you, bro.
And that lets you know that they're all in on tour. They're all
when it comes to coaching, and we don't make it with this coach.
Not necessarily.
All right, go ahead, Anthony.
Go ahead and rock.
Just because they went all in doesn't necessarily mean they're all in on the quarterback. Maybe they're all in on the team, but not.
Exactly.
No, but the coach is all in on the quarterback.
They could be all in on the team. It's a team sport.
But what I'm saying, Anthony, is because that first round pick could be a quarterback, and they're like, you know what, we don't really need it. We got a quarterback. Give that first round pick up.
You can get a quarterback in the mid rounds and pilot this team.
Because ain't no damn way you picking a quarterback from the second round, the third round, the fourth round, bro.
No, because they got a quarterback on the roster already that they comfortable with.
Okay.
They're all in on the team because they've already got the quarterback in house that they know that can replace this guy if he don't work out.
That makes you feel better, Crypto. Okay.
Everybody making this first round.
They ain't got to make me feel good. Those are the facts. That's this regime's pick, not mine.
What are you gonna get?
They picked Skyler. I didn't.
are you going to get a player? Let's say the 49ers pick turns to be 20 or higher, right? What player are you going to get in this year's draft better than Bradley Chubb?
Oh, we need a corner.
Hold on. I think that might be.
I don't know.
That might be.
You get rid of Byron Jones and go after a cornerback.
Guys, hold on. That might be the levels that Batman was referring to.
You get rid of Byron Jones.
Where's the next Bradley Chubb in next year's draft?
Hold on, guys. Damn. If this turns out to be a 29th pick, then does that make the deal better?
100%.
Facts, I agree with that.
29. It don't have to be 29, Color. It could be 20. It could be the 20th pick. And what player, name me 19 college players right now, or 20 college, but right now that's better than Bradley Chubb.
I can't name you.
Probably none.
Lewis.
So,
I don't know anyone.
I can name you a couple.
So then this narrative. Okay.
Just like it wasn't 29 players better than Tyreek Hill. The same difference.
Right. This narrative that everybody's pushing that we paid too much for Bradley Chubb. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. Because Color just said it. It's a pressing need that we have on this team because all offseason we were talking about this organic pressure. And 8 games in, what we've seen from our front four, we can't get organic pressure. And Bradley Chubb brings that. That's one thing he does bring that.
Hence,
just to add on, Lewis, just to add on. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Just to add on to Lewis. Just to add on to Lewis.
Bringing in another pass rusher doesn't solve that issue.
Jalen Phillips has been putting on the pressure on QBs on the other end. He needs someone to match his energy on the other end. Collapse that
already. To your point,
I agree with you.
Hold on, Anthony. Anthony, hold on. To your
and
point,
also, who's going to sit? Melvin Ingram?
Phillips is already ranked.
They've been dropping Melvin Ingram back.
Jalen Phillips is already ranked higher this season.
His coverage is garbage
in pass rushing than Bradley Chubb. So it can only help him. They can only help each other.
100%.
But Jalen Phillips is more of a pass rusher than a drop.
Right. Well, to your point, that's what I'm saying, Mr. Falk. Currently, according to PFF, Phillips is 19th. Bradley Chubb is 28th.
26. Yeah.
And then let's look back at his college day with the California team, and then last stop in Miami. He was a pass rusher. So for him to be dropping back and coming passes, I mean, he may be able to adjust to it, but that's not his cup of tea. His thing is pass rush.
What was it? 26, 28. You guys get the gist. But if it was 26, then that's fine.
No, but I agree
I'll make
with
that correction.
Color in terms the pass. Just because we brought in a great pass rusher doesn't negate the fact that our corner position is still weak.
Yes,
dude. What if we get? We're halfway through the year. What if we get another 1 or 2 more injuries back there?
Anthony.
What if we get another 1 or 2 more injuries back there? Like, we're depleted as fuck, and we're not even addressing it. I didn't want a superstar, but they could have got like Sidney Jones or some fucking all right guy that can plug and play for cheap.
But you can still get Sidney Jones. He got to clear the waivers. We can still get him.
I understand. That's what I'm saying. But I want to see him sign somebody. What I'm saying. I'm not saying we can't or we're not going to. I'm just saying.
Well, we gotta wait. We gotta wait till they clear waivers.
We could have tried. Well, this is what pissed me off. You saw what they only gave up a 5th round pick for what's it called for William Jackson. We could have done that. Why didn't we trade for William Jackson?
If we're gonna go all in on the picks,
because that he's making 13. That cap hit next year is $13 million.
That's too much money.
So why am I gonna go give up a pick for a player for 8 games? Because William Jackson ain't gonna be in the future plans next year. We're getting back Trill Williams. We got Gator Cahoon, Nick Needham if he comes back. Why would I give up a pick for a player that's gonna only play for me 8 games? Right. It don't make no sense.
You don't think you don't trust Chris Grier might convince William Jackson to re-sign for like a 3-year extension?
I say we get rid of Byron.
No, Anthony.
It doesn't matter though, Anthony.
But don't forget.
Listen. If your pass rush is clicking, if they're putting on the pressure, they're getting to the quarterback.
It helps the secondary.
Secondary creates opportunities.
It is
turnovers,
gonna
all
cause
that,
turnovers.
Exactly,
it is gonna
Lewis.
increase our turnovers. I guarantee it.
100%.
Why didn't we?
100%.
But guys,
I
why
am
didn't we
already
pray for a
back
safety
on the
first?
regular. I am already back on the regular defensive scoring touchdown every week from now on. I'm putting that bet in.
Lewis,
I'm already
I
back
like
on
it.
that train because of that move.
Lewis, I have a question for you. Were you upset that we didn't at least trade for a safety or something like that, like a?
We don't need safety help. We got Verone McKinley is going to be good.
Why?
We got Eric Rowe. Like we don't need to address safety, but cornerback is something we need to address. And I think if you pair that with Bradley Chubb and the addition that we just did, then yeah, I think that you can make a serious run long term in the season. But if we don't,
so you think we're going to move?
But don't forget now that we get what's his name, Trey Williams back.
Trey Williams don't come back till next year, bro.
No, but we still. What I'm saying, we getting him back, and he
Okay,
showed.
but the secondary hasn't been that bad this year anyway. What games? I don't understand where everybody has this narrative that our defense all of a sudden is just fucking trash. Again,
no, I'm not saying our defense.
I never said we were trash.
I'm
not saying we were trash.
Wait a minute.
Tell him, Lewis.
Let me just have the floor for a minute, and then you guys can cook. Because I'm tired of these fucking bullshit narratives that people want to put. Against the Jets, it was 19-17 with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. In the Bengals game, it was 15-14 late in the fourth quarter. Against Minnesota, Culler was in the building with me. It was 16-10 in the fourth quarter. This defense hasn't been the problem. The problem is everybody told me Tua missed those 3 games. So now if I can get those same performances that the defense has been giving us, but now get Tua back in this offense rolling, I don't see why everybody's trying to make a big deal about this fucking defense.
I'll take that as a mic drop. I will take that as a mic drop. I will take that as a mic drop. Guys,
the defense hasn't been a fucking problem.
We got to let Concrete have a chance to speak. He's been patiently waiting.
I was never saying the defense was dog shit. That never came out of my mouth.
No, it didn't, but it came out of plenty of people's mouth.
I'm just saying that's
go ahead,
what the
Concrete.
narrative's been, DTA.
Yeah. That's what I say. Tell him, Lewis, you saying the truth, bro.
You still there, Concrete?
No, because I'm thinking.
All right, Concrete. I'm just gonna stick you back for just a second while we let while I get.
I want to address what Lewis was saying, right? I want to address that real quick. Lewis, I understand what you were saying, but the problem was I think the secondary was overworked. They've been given too many responsibilities due to the lack of the front four. They have to come down to the box more often.
But bringing Bradley is going to help them.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. That's what happened. That's why the defense looked the way they looked because the secondary and the linebackers been coming down to the box a lot more late, than they should.
We've also got really young talent back there that needs to keep developing, and I think every time that they're on the field, they're going to be developing and getting better. I think we're going to see the best out of them in the coming years, not this year. And
yeah, because Abel been playing. He's been getting better.
And that's what I'm saying.
You know what?
Yes. Even Noah. I agree with that.
No, but what I'm saying, I don't see. I'm with Lewis on this.
Yo, what's going on?
I don't see no big issue on our defense. So why are we getting so worked up and worried about it?
Because it's going to matter when you're up playing playoff teams late in the year.
There's no such thing as a perfect defense. But
I know that. I don't expect us to ever. Nobody's having a perfect defense.
Hey, DTA, hold on, because I just heard you say what happens when we start playing playoff teams. Well, we did. We're 2-0. We played Baltimore. They're a playoff team. We played Buffalo. They're a playoff team.
Lewis, New England went to the playoffs last year too.
And New England, there you go. We played playoff teams, and the defense showed up in those games as well.
Yeah, but Lewis, what I'm actually more worried about is we're going to be playing Buffalo late in the winter.
Are you talking about the cold?
Anthony.
All right, well, I stand corrected then. We got the best defense in the fucking league.
Wait a minute.
We're going to blame
I stand corrected. We got the best D in the league.
Hey, hold on. No. Anthony, see, when you bring up Buffalo late in December, let's say we play them in the playoffs early January, mid-January, the defense is not what concerns me in that football game. If you want to start the show now, we can start the fire now. Tua Tagovailoa scares me in that
Tua
game.
that I'm worried
It
about.
has
That's
nothing.
who I'm
It has
Why are you
nothing.
worried about Tua?
What do you mean? Why am I worried about Tua? We can sit here and play this PC game if y'all want to. Tua Tagovailoa is not a coincidence, right? That Tua Tagovailoa had his best game inside a fucking dome.
Dang.
It's not, right? In Buffalo, you ain't seeing no fucking dome. What you're seeing in Buffalo in mid-January is snow and 35 to 40 mile an hour winds. And I'm sorry to tell you, all those deep passes and all that shit, that is out the window in Buffalo in mid-January. I'm telling you
We're going to have to see, Lewis. We're
Yeah,
going to have to see.
that's just a matter of
We're
physics.
going to
Yeah,
have
that
to
is
see.
absolutely correct.
All right,
I
Irving.
mean, look, listen.
You got Irving.
We was
You got
blaming
the floor.
Flores. They wasn't prepared for
Hold on,
Tennessee.
Hold on, Crypto. Irving's got the floor. Go ahead, buddy.
All right, I wanted to go back to the Bradley Chubb trade. Like, listen, I think this is going to be a trade where both sides are going to benefit, and namely the Broncos and the Dolphins. I mean, the Broncos got the first round pick that they were looking for in terms of the ones that they lost from the Russell Wilson trade. So they got it. And, on our end, we got a top flight pass rusher when he's healthy. Now, this is a team that's been struggling to create organic pressure and also get to the quarterback and stacking the quarterback. We only have 15 quarterback sacks this whole year. Okay. So for a team that's struggling in not only creating organic pressure from the defensive line, but also getting to the quarterback in terms of, stacking the quarterback, this is a guy that's going to help. And it's also going to be what people don't think about it. Also, this is going to help Jalen Phillips dominate. This is going to help him get loose.
Exactly.
Jalen Phillips,
Exactly.
Pressure.
Jalen Phillips
fucking speaking
is one
facts
of the
right now, bro.
fastest quarterbacks. Jalen Phillips is one of the fastest defensive ends / outside linebacker edges getting to the quarterback in the NFL. So that means that he leads, or at least is top 3 in the league in getting to the quarterback, almost sacking him. Okay, he's like top 10 or top 15 among defensive ends in pressures. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is he's not going to be double teamed. Okay, he's also a guy that he gets in rhythm as the season goes on, and he's a guy that likes to, that he feeds off other pass rushers when they're creating pressure themselves. So you got You got one of the best outside linebackers / edges in the NFL.
That's how you
creating
stop
that
Josh
pressure.
Allen.
Now Jalen Phillips, how are you going to stop Jalen Phillips? According to ESPN, Bradley Chubb has the 3rd highest pass rush win rate in the NFL, according to ESPN. Guess who's at number 9? Jalen Phillips. Okay, so you're and not only that, they're only 26 and 23 years old. They're in their primes. I mean,
young
Jalen Phillips is getting there.
Hey,
Okay?
I just want to talk
can I
about
say something real
everybody.
quick?
Unleash the beast.
Hey, real quick, can I say something?
Everybody welcome Esther, the newest member to the panel. Go ahead, Esther.
Yeah,
What up, y'all? Hey, real
Wait, hold on,
man. I'm
Hold on,
real quick, man.
everybody.
I got a dinner. I got a dinner date real quick, man. I don't have a lot of time, but like I respect a lot of the stuff that was said up here. I thought Q was spot on whenever he said that, when you got a roster like this, it does come down to the coaching. Because if you look at the rating of a lot of these players, these aren't like just backups, man. These are legitimate starters that we have. We have more starters that you can have on a team than you can shake a stick at on the offensive side of the ball, skill positions, on the defensive side of important position, premium positions like ends. Now you got Jalen Phillips. It's intent that the Chargers went into the season with Bosa and what was the guy's name they signed? The linebacker. It's leaving my mind. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Khalil Mack. It's the intent that they had when they signed him. They went in on Justin Herbert, on helping him on the other side of the ball. I think the Dolphins are doing the same thing. And as far as what Bradley Chubb brings to the table,
right out. Hey, I'm right out. All right, concrete's in the back, Culler.
Hey, bro.
All right.
Hey, why y'all keep doing that?
As far as what Bradley Chubb, what Bradley Chubb brings to the table is it automatically upgrades your entire defense. That's why it's a premium position in the NFL, and you give up a first rounder for it because look at what the Bills are doing with their front. They're getting organic pass rush, and even with all the injuries that they've had in their secondary, they're a top 5 rated against the pass secondary. With their backups and they're banged up, this should automatic. We have no excuses whether Byron's there, X is there. When you got a guy like that, the guys behind him, them automatically start playing better in pass coverage because the quarterback should not have that much time to throw the ball. It's simple. It all goes hand in hand. So, and as far as what Pete said, yes, the hell, this does make you a fucking Super Bowl team, because if you otherwise, then you don't know what the hell you're doing.
Fucking tell him.
Otherwise, you don't know what the hell you're doing. Yes.
Anybody that said that this doesn't put Miami in the Super Bowl, then then Grier doesn't know what he's doing. And I wasn't satisfied. And I wasn't satisfied how Grier, right, danced around the Super Bowl thing.
What up,
all right, that's good stuff. Good take.
Hold on, guys, real quick.
Hold on. This is all I want to say because I don't have much time either.
Go ahead, Pete. Go ahead.
This is my problem.
Go ahead, Pete.
Okay?
And I want to give Concrete a chance next.
Concrete can have it all day after this. Urban said something exactly what I've been screaming, and I'm gonna give you guys a breakdown. Right? Kristen Wilkins, first-round draft pick. Raekwon Davis, second-round draft pick. Jalen Phillips, first-round draft pick. It's not over there. Emmanuel Ogbah, overpriced defensive end, right? Not getting the job done. Here it is. Here it goes. Melvin Ingram. And where's Trey Flowers? Okay? Where is Trey Flowers? Now, Bradley Chubb. How many bucks? You said it. We couldn't get we could not get organic pressure with all those names I just named you. Mind you, those were the same guys on this team that were considered elite and were already in Super Bowl conversations. So Bradley Chubb,
I'd like to rebuttal.
So us trading for Bradley Chubb, no, it doesn't make Jalen Phillips better. And it does. I don't want to hear all of that. What it shows is those guys weren't getting their job done. And we desperately had to go out. And instead of desperately going out, Culler, and signing an offensive guard or an offensive tackle before Tua crumbles his head again and leaves on a stretcher, they go out and show out and get a defense outside.
Pete, another person might say that that's the walls closing in, bro. Hold on. That might just another person might just say that's the walls closing in, Pete. Before Concrete goes, thank you to Cap for Life for the $5 donation. Really appreciate it, buddy. I really don't understand how some people can say that we need to stop fighting amongst each other, but first thing they do is try to go after Pete. Shaking my head. Fair enough. So Concrete, first of all, welcome. How you doing? Appreciate you. And what do you got to say for us today, buddy?
I'm happy with the trade for Bradley Chubb. Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm happy with the trade. I think that Bradley Chubb is going to open up the defense pass rush and the running pass rush and the running stop the run. So I think it was a good addition. I'm not really sure about the running back. You know, I got to see that. Me being a running back, a former running back, I just like him. So I got to see what he actually like before I make an assumption on him fast. See how he fits in McDaniel system versus the Shanahan system.
Right. But Chubb can play.
I want to say something after that. I haven't gotten any chance to say real quick, Culler.
Go ahead, Crypto. Go ahead.
Yep, go ahead, Crypto.
To get back to my military analogy, yeah, it's okay to it's okay to try to say something about the admiral, but you do have a captain of a warship, and his name is Tua Tagovailoa, so he don't get off the hook neither. If his battleship gets sunk and he can't steer that battleship across those oceans, then he gets the blame as well, not just the admirals in the rear.
No, Crypto. You've been in the military. You know yourself that admirals have someone above them to answer to.
Hey,
let's call it.
Yeah, but also in the military, even though you got a commanding officer, you supposed to be able to go out there and perform like your commanding officer says.
Hey,
this is military.
That's the adage. Shit rolls downhill.
Right.
That's what we say.
Okay. But the entire war plan is drawn out by the guy with the highest official position.
That's no doubt, but it's up to his sailors to carry out those orders.
Rank,
it's like
when Estefan was up here, what rank did he give our cornerbacks, our secondary? Did he say we were 7th in the league? I just want to make sure. Is that what he said?
No, he gave that to Jalen Phillips, I think.
No, he was
Did he
talking
say
about
corners?
the second. I thought he said secondary was ranked number 7 against the pass.
I'm not sure.
No, that was Irvin. That was
secondary is
Irving
ranked
that
7?
was talking about.
No, that
Bradley
ain't
Chubb and
pass,
Jalen
bro.
Phillips.
He was talking about
We're like
Jalen Phillips,
28th
yeah.
to 29th.
Yeah,
We're in the 20s.
We suck against the pass.
Yeah,
Okay,
against the pass, we're like in the 20s.
Well,
we're talking about pass win rate. Not
somebody was up here. Somebody was up here yesterday saying that our run defense was horrible and they sucked and we missed
that
out
person
on getting
that person will remain nameless, but you're right. And yes, our run defense
is ranked 6th in the NFL.
Well,
the run defense.
we've never had a problem with the run defense. I've been screaming out pass rush for like the last month.
Yo, let me
and they
correct
finally
what I
did
was
something.
saying real quick.
That's right.
Before everybody blew up, we are ranked 8th in first downs allowed against the run.
Against the run. Okay, so
all I know is.
What about
all I know? Hey,
I'm looking at a stat now that says the Miami has this number 6th ranked run defense in the league this year, giving up basically 99 yards a game is what they're giving up.
Yep.
All I know, Lewis. All I know is last Sunday, Jared Goff was in that pocket.
1 yard to 100.
He was standing there looking sharp, and he did whatever he wanted.
Rush,
I know.
That had nothing to do with the cornerbacks. That was the pass rush.
But listen to me. Nothing to do with the cornerbacks. Look at what Grier has done. Whose fault is that? He's the one that put all this draft capital. But we're supposed to love this guy. What was Agba doing last week? Raekwon Davis, Christian Wilkins. Oh wait, Pete, shut up. They pulled the second half shutout. You're supposed to shut up.
If he's hurt, though, Pete,
was Jared Goff stand clean in the pocket and deliver passes like he's Dan Marino to these no-name receivers. No-name wide receiver. Khalil Raymond.
You got a point.
Come on, bro.
Yes.
And we got people out here
no-name receivers.
You got making a point.
But we're going to come out, and Bradley Chubb is going to change this. One guy is going to change Christian Wilkins, Raekwon Davis, Emmanuel.
No, Pete, on paper, yes, he will.
All right,
guys.
All right. I got the numbers up right here. I got the numbers up right here.
On paper, Pete, he's supposed to agree on paper, but he has to do it on the field.
Guys, you guys are both beating a dead horse.
We get it.
Both beating a dead horse. All right. I got the numbers right here. The Miami Dolphins are currently ranked 5th. Oh wait, hold on. That's the wrong category. Hold on.
Is that Pro Football Reference color?
Nope, I had the wrong. Hold on. I'm getting there.
Somebody has feedback.
1, 2.
That's me. I'm going in on my daughter's Halloween candies.
We are ranked 6th in yards per game allowed at 100.6.
Yeah, 100.6 at 6.
Passing yards per game allowed, we are ranked way at the bottom with
227th or something like
that. Points per game, we are also like 20th or so with 24 points a game allowed. Total yards per game, we are ranked around 20th at 362.8. And on offense, yards per game, we are ranked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th in yards per game total. We are ranked 3rd in passing yards per game. We are ranked way at the bottom in rush yards per game. And points per game as well. We are ranked gosh, roughly 15th, 16th, or 20th, something like that, right around that range.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad.
Yeah, and we're talking bad about the secondary when the secondary is giving up an average of 260 yards a game. In the NFL, that's now you can't touch a quarterback, you can't touch a fucking receiver. It's a passing league, and we're crying about the secondary that's giving up 260 yards. That hasn't had.
You better be crying.
What? But crying, Pete. 260
You
yards.
better be crying. Look at everything. If it wasn't for Jared Goff underthrowing, if it wasn't for Jared Goff underthrowing Raymond last week, that would have been a touchdown on a deep bomb. On Javon Holland. On Javon Holland.
Pete, if it wasn't for my fucking grandfather making love to my grandmother, I'd be calling another woman grandma. What the fuck are we talking about? What are we talking about?
What we're talking about is the neglect.
That's a good one.
Based on injuries. That's what we're talking about. You're going to sit here and make things up along the way and go against those bad, horrible numbers, Lewis. It's been bad on film. Don't try to make excuses for it now when Grier had all the capital in the world to make it happen. Let's not be surprised now that some of these guys are injury prone and we didn't big call it out. It's nothing new. It's nothing new.
Pete, let me ask you a question, Pete. Every time you've been on a panel since this year started, what have you complained about more, the offense or the defense?
I've been complaining about both.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie.
To Emmanuel Agba.
That's a lie.
I told all of you, why the heck did we extend Emmanuel Agba while all of you were dancing? I was the first one telling you, this guy has no pass rush moves. He does not get to the quarterback without the blitz. While this fan base was out here praising and dancing and loving it.
And that's why
if I may. Listen, I don't think I'll ever figure out Pete. I don't think I'll ever understand Pete. But there's one thing Pete has done is be objective. Objective both sides. He kept the same energy on both sides. Yeah. And I know what he's saying is true because he's also gone at Agba. He's gone at who? He's gone at Javon Holland. He's gone.
And what is Javon Holland's numbers right now? What is Javon Holland's number? Is he good? He got smoked by T.J. Hawkinson, a tight end he can't even stay with, and a no-name Khalif Raymond. This guy gets smoked. He's burnt.
Well, I don't know how in the fuck we're winning games, Dan. If we have a trash defense, trash offense, trash quarterback, trash head coach,
we winning games.
Fucking idea.
We're 5-3. We won 7 in a row last year. The year isn't over yet. We'll see where this team is at in December, Lewis. We'll be there pretty soon. November ball is here.
Well, Pete, that's exactly what I was going to come on to say, man. I'm as excited what's up? I'm as excited as anybody else over, yesterday's action, yesterday's pickups, and I think both of those guys will make our team definitively better. But there is a lot of premature ejaculation going on the Dolphin sexual community.
A lot. We need some. I think we need some towels there, KP. We need to pass out some towels.
Listen, we're 5-3 with a lot of work left to be done this season, right? This stuff has to work out. It really. I mean, so I feel Pete there. You know what I'm saying?
Grier doesn't know what he's doing. Carrie.
Well,
He's the problem. This guy is dancing around the problem and doesn't want to. If Grier was smart, he would have traded for an offensive lineman instead of Chubb.
Okay.
Think about that. Think about that. And he traded for Jeff Wilson when Jeff Wilson couldn't even start over Mostert. So this isn't going to change anything. What we have is Mostert with the same offensive line that once he gets his speed to 10 yards downfield, he's not breaking an ankle. He's not breaking an ankle tackle. It just isn't in him. So we got the same offense. Same old line.
Better replacement for Grier.
And we're supposed to be happy because of the Lions? What we did versus the Lions?
I'm happy with Grier.
Can I ask one question? I just got one question for Pete. Pete, you're the homie, and I ain't got none but love for you. I stick up for you.
We're always going to love each other no matter what.
You're absolutely right. I just want to ask you one question. Yesterday at the trade deadline, what were the moves that you would have wanted Chris Grier to make?
Aside from trading Culler.
Yeah, aside from trading Tua, Lewis, you got to say that. You have to throw aside from trading Tua in there, Lewis.
No, me and
I literally, bro. No. Listen to me. Listen to me, Lewis.
Go ahead, Pete.
Listen, I'm going to tell you the truth, okay? We moved forward with Skylar Thompson. The kid is healthy. If it was available and you could right now, I went on my rant video, then the trade that should have and could have been available if you really wanted to go out was trade Tua to the Colts. You could have traded Tua to the Colts and snagged Quentin Nelson.
Okay, Pete. No, that Pete
left guard right now.
Quentin Nelson. You say that against Tua's record this season, bro.
Do you think? Hold on, Lewis, real quick. Pete, do you think they would trade Quentin Nelson for a quarterback when they trading for a quarterback when they want to keep him?
They don't have no quarterback right now. They bench Ryan. They bench Matt Ryan.
Strategy.
But you get what I'm saying.
They don't have no quarterback.
Trade for a quarterback. Why you trade your offensive line that's going to protect him?
I can't hear nobody. Please, one at a time.
Because the Colts were a Super Bowl contending team before the offseason when they picked up Matt Ryan, and that fell flat in their face.
Pete, let me try to reel you in real quick because these guys are trying to rile you up again. Don't worry about what they're talking about. I'm asking you, take Tua out of it, Pete. What were the moves that could have helped? Because again, I agree with you somewhat on Tua talking about Loa, right? I agree with you, Pete. What I'm saying is take Tua outside of that. What moves could Chris Grier have done yesterday at the trade deadline? Because obviously you don't like the Chubb and the Jeff Wilson. That's fine. You have your right to your opinion. What moves could they have done better than those two moves in your opinion? What would you have liked to see Chris Grier do? Take Tua out of it.
Where does they try to get confidence?
You either sell, you have to sell, or like I said, got an offensive lineman to help this team run the ball better. We have to run the ball better. Okay, and
we've been steadily improving our running the ball better.
We need the real deal. If we could have went out and got Quentin Nelson, we could have got him. I know he didn't get traded and nobody, but I'm saying go out and solidify
Culler,
this
I think Pete
offensive
thinks
line.
that this is not good running team when it comes to harsh weather conditions.
We didn't need
We're not physical enough.
Bradley Chubb and lose
can
that
this
first
running
round
game
draft pick.
Ramp up in December?
What was more important was offensive line. The trenches, that part.
I want to see if it's going to make me throw up.
Power running
The
games
offensive
work well.
line has
Thank
been
you to
improving.
Cap for Life. Hold on, guys. Thank you to
Been
Cap for
steadily
Life
improving.
for the $5 donation.
Thank you, Q.
KP,
Exactly, Q.
I'm happy to, but give me humble pie.
Yeah, but we're a
17.
finesse running team, not a power running team.
Bro, you guys are the most uncourteous people I've ever met in my entire life, man. Swear to God, man. Cap for Life, thank you for the $5 donation. KP Preach. I'm happy too, but give me humble pie week 17. This is how things went to hell week 4 when we turned on each other. Football gods are watching. Thank you, Cap.
No, Cap.
5 and 3.
There is a difference.
5 and 3.
5 and 3. Yes.
That's the
difference.
5 and 3. We got a lot of work left to do this season.
No difference. 2 years ago, we was 5 and 3 after beating the Cardinals, and we was drooling all over ourselves.
I love Cap for
2 years
Life.
ago.
I love Cap for Life too. But Cap for Life has been up here for the past month talking about let's go make trades, do something, and now we do something. We're kind of excited about it, and now Cap's like, oh, let's wait for 17.
Well, he said he's happy too.
No, Lewis. I understand Cap's reserve. He doesn't want to get disappointed. I understand his reserve.
But why would he be disappointed? Is my question
because of the recent history. The recent history. The last.
Cap said
how many years?
Hey, listen, we be reaching out here because again, I love the homie Cap for Life. That's the homie, right? But you can't come out here and basically say, get on every panel that I hear Cap. It's go make a move, go make a move, go make a move. Then we make a move, and now you're gonna start criticizing that too. Like, what are we complaining about then?
Because we didn't get his bell cow running back.
Oh well, okay. Well,
listen, I'm not criticizing. I'm not criticizing the moves.
That's probably why.
Thanks, Lance, for the $2 donation. Drop the damn link already. Thanks, man. You didn't have to do that, but I'll drop it right now. Sorry,
listen, I'm excited about the trades like everybody, Lewis.
I love Cap for Life. I love Cap for Life. I just want that to be known.
He's tempering expectations until the bell cow comes through the door. Larry Zonko's on the way.
You're right, man. Everyone should be excited about these trades, and I think Chubb is a building block for the future. You know what I'm saying? But there are legitimate questions about we didn't improve the offensive line, and why wasn't that done? Did they try hard enough? Who were the guys they tried to get? These are questions that we should be exploring, or at least,
KP, let me ask you a question. KP, let me ask you a question, because this is where I'm going to give Tua Tagovailoa credit. When Tua Tagovailoa has been in the games this season, has the offensive line looked good?
Yeah. In fact, I agree with you.
The only time the offensive line has looked bad has been when Tua Tagovailoa has not played. Everybody agrees, right?
Yeah, Louis.
So
you're talking to somebody who they call a Tua hater.
So why we? Me too, KP. They call me a Tua hater. What I'm saying is, why are we crying about the offensive line? Because
exactly.
Hey, why? If Tua Tagovailoa is here, what he's seen, what he's proven on the field.
Because the lesson we learned, Lewis, the lesson we learned is that if one guy goes down, we in trouble. If there's a hole in our line, our quarterbacks get killed. That's the lesson we've learned.
Hey, well, we should have learned that before. We should have learned that before.
Well, we need to go get 5-star recruits at every position.
We knew that.
Don't y'all get crypto started.
We knew that when we went to go get a injury-prone left tackle. We knew that.
Now, Mr. Polk, I'm just getting warmed up.
So I got a question, bro.
Think about it. You think Grier got Chubb to get a better first-round pick?
No,
because we can't really afford him, really.
Yeah, but he talent-wise, just on the talent evaluation, Bradley Chubb is a next level guy. He's the prototype. What you want?
So we can afford two or three top-level guys.
Yes, why not? Absolutely.
Hey, what's the cap? What was the money left on the cap?
There's no money. We're broke.
We're broke.
Yeah. Broke. Oh,
right. And here's the other thing: we are through building.
That's what I was saying.
No more.
Byron Jones is off the books next year.
Because
Jones will be off the books
I believe that. I believe
because
that.
The 49ers fucking pick wasn't good. I'll probably be up at 28, and to get a better pick, that'll be a perfect move.
We worried about other people's money.
Right,
the Rams don't seem to have a fucking problem. It's all these teams don't have the same fucking problem.
Thank you, Lewis. I was right about to say that.
Byron Jones will be off the roster next year. We're not going to probably sign Christian Wilkins. I know everybody's love child. Again, he's a great player, but he's probably not going to be here.
Right.
And again, when you got a talent of a Bradley Chubb that you can get, especially this first round pick narrative, bro, that's going to be in the high 20s.
Tell him, Lewis.
Guys, everybody, welcome Ali to the panel and Cap for life. Before you go, Ali, I wanted to give Cap a chance to answer since he was called up.
It's been a minute. Let me get on camera, goddammit.
Lewis got that.
I didn't say, man. Why you be doing that, man? You got the beard at least, bro.
I love you, Cap, man. My bad, man. I love you, Cap.
No, man. Listen. Look. At the end of the day, it's like Kahari says, man. I don't want you. You know what I'm saying? I love you guys, man. I don't want to have to be that guy. Embracing you guys, having to, be that cold shoulder. After I'm always halfway with the glass full, but I just don't want to be that guy one day having to caress you guys after a heartache, talking about, don't worry, next year will be the year. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that, man.
Right.
I don't want you to go out of frustration one day and just wake up in the morning and just, you know what I'm saying? You wake up and shave the whole beard, out of frustration. I don't want that, man. I want you to, you know what I'm saying?
Cap, I don't want that. Jumping off the building. You don't want to see you jumping off the building, Louis.
I want the pass rush. I want the organic pass rush. What we did was great. Don't get me wrong, bro. When it happened, I went from 6 to midnight, bro. It was what we needed. But man, just give me week 17 with a record of at least freaking 13-4. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right on.
Bro, I would.
I got you, Cap.
Bro, no problem whatsoever. Grab that humble pie, bro. I'll go to Costco. I'll get a good deal. I'll come back to the crib. I'll live stream it. I'll get the icing and I'll put the icing on there with the #1 logo and everything, bro. I'll go all in, bro. I'll have the Kool-Aid on the side with the sugar, everything. But you got to give me something back in return, my man. You know what I'm saying? I think we all can agree to that. We got to get there, man.
Cap, I'm with you 100%. I'm with you 100%, Cap. I'm with you 100%.
I know it's on Ali, but yeah, Pete got everybody riled up, man. He was on that crazy talk today.
Yeah.
Listen,
But look, I just want. I haven't been.
That's par for the
on.
course
Just
there,
a second, guys. Before I get off,
KP, that's par for the course.
Before I get Ali's opinion, is there anybody that feels that they've said their piece that would like to drop back? We got a couple guys waiting in back and more knocking.
I'm gonna drop back, but let me say something real quick. I'm gonna drop back. Color.
Make it quick, because Ali's gonna get pissed.
Bro, I'll be back later, man. Love y'all, man.
Q, before you don't leave until I say this next thing, okay? I want you to hear this next thing, but go ahead, Q.
All right. I gotta say, what
can I say it right now? Let me say it before you, Q. Let me say it before you.
All right, go ahead.
Pete's junk is crazy talk, because how can you even consider trading Tua based on that record that the Tua sexuals love to champion? The facts are he's 5-1. You can't trade a guy who looks that good in the games that he's won this season.
Yeah. You don't even have political leverage to do that.
This is coming from me, Q. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The same guy you call a Tua hater. You can't pull the plug.
I could hate the guy, and I still agree with Kahari here. Like, you don't have the political leverage to trade a guy that's got a 5-1 record.
If you can't look at how Tua's played this season and say the guy is not a good, he has not improved and has not been effective. You have no facts to back you up if that's what you're saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I still have my doubts. I still have my doubts long term, but you can't move to it after.
So Pete's laughing his tears out because he just dropped a bomb and left. So
man, let me say what I gotta say and let Ali take the floor.
Pete. Thanks for the super sticker.
I know Ali's dying to get on the floor and say what he got to say. Let me say this real quick. Hey, with the acquisition of Chubb, this game this Sunday against the Bears, it's a good setup game for Chubb and Jalen Phillips. It's like a mock game, because the Bears their strength is the running, right? The running game with their quarterback running. So you can set up like a mock game, for Josh Allen. So this is a good game for them to work on that pass rush and get home. And that's all I gotta say. Hey, Culler, thanks for letting me up here. Thanks for a great show, fellas. You have a good day.
You too, buddy.
Q, the Steelers are still trash, Q.
You too, boy.
Yeah, I know, Lewis. We don't have packs over there. We don't smoke packs. We tell the truth. We suck right now.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Just don't get used to that, Q, because that's how we used to talk. Oh, we know what we are right now. We suck. We get it, and then that turned into 25 years.
Right.
That's a
painful reminder.
But go ahead, Ali. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. Okay, so I didn't get to listen to everything you guys said. I kind of came in between it. I heard what Pete had to say, but here's the reality of it, okay? Everyone's complaining about we went and addressed the defensive line and the organic pass rush, which I absolutely agree was needed no matter what. I even heard Lewis complaining about it, from the beginning of the season. Where's the organic pass rush? Where's the pass rush? I completely understand that. But here's the thing that people I don't think are realizing what Grier did and why he did it. If you look at it, we have Connor Williams as our center, and he actually can play left guard very effectively, right? So even if the left guard position is such an issue, let's say if we put Austin Jackson there and he bombs and whoever else we put there and it's not working, you can move Connor Williams over and then bring in Dieter to be your starting center. Dieter did not a bad job last season 100%. Playing center. So we absolutely didn't actually have to address those positions as bad as what people think we do, right? In addition, I think people are not realizing what this does for games against Buffalo, for example. We got to go up north and we got to play them. I think bringing in a player like Chubb, who can actually be that Von Miller style of player for you to create the organic pass rush, he unlocks this defense. He allows Jalen Phillips to be who he is. He allows Wilkins to start getting the sacks that he hasn't had this season. You know what I mean? He actually
100%.
helps the secondary, because the secondary now doesn't have to necessarily worry so much because they know that their defensive line is going to get that quarterback as quickly as they can.
He's actually good. but he's never been good. He's not good.
Oh,
He's
okay.
at
So
the
12
Denver
sacks in his rookie season is nothing, bro. In his rookie season, it's nothing. So he just
was his
happens to be
rookie
one of the
year.
Get his
top
ass home.
players in his position,
Get
bro.
his
Rookie year,
ass.
Ali.
Bro,
His rookie
bro,
year.
Pete would rather trade the
This
entire
guy,
Miami
that's like.
Dolphins for a
So
sack
what
of
would you
potatoes.
rather see?
That's all
You
he
know what?
wants.
Hey, Ali, you know
Just so he can say he was right.
his worst year was his rookie year, and he got his numbers up. But in fact, it's the opposite. Since his rookie year, he's
So
been
his
getting
worst year was his
down.
rookie year with 12 sacks. Who in the
No, I
right
said I
mind?
would have seen. I would have loved
Who in
that
their right
better.
mind would say that was a bad year? Lewis, would you say that's a bad year?
But what has he ever
I
been
would
close and
not.
replicated
I
that?
would not.
12
He's been in the
sacks.
league
Imagine if
almost 6
Jalen
years.
Phillips had 12
Yes,
sacks, bro.
I can actually answer that question, Pete.
How many sacks?
Third year, when they moved him to the other side on the
Oh,
right,
when they moved him.
he got 7.5 sacks in less games.
That guy never had double-digit sacks other than that one rookie year.
No, he didn't.
And his trajectory is going down.
Bro,
But this is.
Let me finish.
But
Let me finish. The guy is on pace right now, has played all 8 games, and he is on pace to smash what he did in his rookie year. By far.
Thank you.
And in addition, let's the one thing that you won't take credit for. Hold on, Pete, because you interrupted me. Okay?
I did. I'm sorry.
There's one thing that you haven't mentioned that nobody here wants to give the guy credit for.
Wait till I mention what I mentioned next.
Who's to say that Chris Grier didn't actually try to address those positions? Maybe he did, and nobody was biting. That's kind of like a thing we have to think about. Maybe he did try to do those things. We don't know. We're not in that room.
I did mention
so maybe
that
this was the best option we had.
Remember the report about trying to get Conklin from the Browns along with Kareem Hunt? I think that was legit, but the price was too high. That would have been the right tackle right there, but we don't know.
I heard the price was too high because even Buffalo Bills tried to get Kareem Hunt, and they were asking for something that they didn't want to give up.
Exactly.
Hey, KP, I got a question for you. Because you and Culler seem to agree that, because Tua is 5-1, you can't trade him. But what was this fan base screaming when Noah Igbenogany finally got an interception? What was this fan base saying because of Noah getting that interception? What happened to his stock? It got better. So since Noah Igbenogany's stock could get better just based on one interception, so we're gonna completely forget the fact that hold on, there is no wrong. Can I finish?
You attributed words to me that aren't true. You attributed words to me that aren't true.
Peter's kind of singing to the choir.
No,
you go wrong, bro.
You're just saying Tua is untradeable because he's 5-1. When I'm literally trying to take advantage of the situation, the reason that he is 5-1, this is not going to sustain from Tua.
It doesn't matter, bro.
Right now, this is his best, so you take full advantage of it. That's what I'm trying to say. You be ahead of the game. Don't be back.
It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. We're never going to do it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter no more, but that's where it should have been.
Bro, it's my turn. Where you go wrong, bro, is you attribute words to Kahari and I that we didn't say. Okay.
Okay. So go ahead and correct it.
Hold on. We never said that it was right or wrong.
Right.
We said what they're not going to do because they don't have the political leverage to do it.
Right.
Just because you guys
both said
just because you know that 5-1 is bullshit doesn't mean they can get away with it in the public eye.
Right. And the more games we win,
the
harder it's going to get to
so sound like that, Culler. He's trash. I'm trying to go along and get along with the go along gang.
You imagined I said something different.
That's exactly what it is at the end of the day. And you still said the fact that he's 5-1, he's untrading you. So that part right there, yes, you might have said it politically correct, but that doesn't mean other people out there understand it that way. So I have to say it this way so it could come out the way it came out now, Culler, because he isn't what he's actually being portrayed at.
The way I said it, I said that they don't have the political leverage to do it. That's what I said from the beginning. I didn't say that's right or wrong. I didn't say I agreed with that. That is the reality. The objective reality
So
is
you know what?
No
So
team in this
no
league
team.
will trade. No, the objective reality is while your quarterback was under center for a 5-1 run, you cannot trade that guy.
Listen,
that's
ridiculous.
That would be political
that's
suicide,
ridiculous.
is what Culler was saying.
Pete, exactly, Pete. If what you said actually came true, the Dolphins would suffer 50-60% ticket sale loss, boycott of the game right now. You know what I'm saying? With the two-and-on community the way it is, they would be committed suicide by doing that. And listen, I'm actually on your side, Pete, because if Tua does not lead us deep into these playoffs this season, but yet we give him a contract and commit to him long term, you may be, you might be Nostradamus when it comes to laying out the vision that you've been doing here. Because
let me tell you something, Curry. You're absolutely right. There is money involved in that. They will lose some sales, but winning cures all. Never forget that. And when they sit back, when they sit back week after week, the commentators are no longer making fun of our quarterback because he's underthrowing balls and has a weak arm.
Hold on. Let me ask this question because I love going back down. Hold on. Let me ask this question because I love going back down memory lane. And this memory lane is not so distant. Wasn't last year Tua was on a nice little 7-game run and they was trying to trade him at the trading deadline for Deshaun Watson?
Exactly.
All right.
This is exactly what I'm saying, and I don't know why they think it's impossible.
But he wasn't on that spew of a run during the trade deadline. It wasn't until afterwards that he got that.
And Deshaun Watson is a clear upgrade. I don't care what anybody says.
He still was on a run.
And so is Skylar Thompson, and so is Teddy Bridgewater.
Wait, hold on.
And for what our team is with the speed and these guys getting open downfield,
week 8, right?
We were
the end of week 8 is the trade deadline. That's what it was last season.
Trade Tua.
Because how are we 1-7 and he's on a run? How's that?
Right.
No, he won 7 straight games afterwards.
After the trade deadline, afterwards.
But they still was going for Watson up into the prior year.
They can't go after
the following
Watson
year.
After the trade deadline.
But they still wanted him in the offseason.
Man, when y'all ready, let me get a say real quick.
Go ahead.
They could have used the same political capital that you're talking about not to do it.
Okay, but they didn't. We're talking about now.
But
they don't have the political leverage to trade him.
They still tried to afterwards.
All right, let me
I got a simple question to ask. Why would you trade Tua right now in the run that we're making right now? Why would you trade?
Is that Triple OG Pokefin?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry,
Yo,
man.
Mr. Pokefin.
Long time, man. It's been a while.
Triple OG.
That's you, Von Joe?
Yeah, man.
That's
Triple
Von
OG.
Joe.
Hey, what's up, Von Joe?
He's clanging and banging the frying pans right now instead of the weight. But yeah, that's Von
Hey,
Joe.
no, he's not. Me too. Hey.
Look, Peter's trying to give us that.
Manny's been waiting really patiently in the back. Go ahead, Manny.
Go ahead,
Hey,
Manny.
I just want to address Pete real quick, man. He
Don't
he
fall
left.
for his BS,
He
man.
always be leaving, dog. He always be leaving when I'm about to let him get it. So, I know he's probably listening, man. Every time, Lewis, I think it was Lewis or Crypto that asked you about who would you trade for, and you keep saying an O-line. Who's available that's worth giving up anything for? Number one, he couldn't say anything. The one guy he said was Quentin Nelson, who's not available. They'll never trade that guy. He's gonna retire with them. You know what I'm saying? That's not possible. Y'all are here. I mean, most of y'all are right about suicide. If let's say he does trade Tua, then we shit hits the fan. That's suicide for Chris Grier. He'll lose his job in a second. All right. Another thing. I've been waiting for a long time, man. I was trying to get to Culler when he was talking about
Manny, real quick. I'm gonna keep letting you cook, but real quick, that statement you just said there that if we traded Tua and shit went sideways, that Chris Grier would get called out for it. No. That's where you're wrong, Manny. And I agree with KP and Culler. If you trade Tua Tagovailoa and this Dolphins team still goes undefeated, it's the Tua Nears, the Tua sexual. They will have
You're right. Those are a lot of what ifs. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
That's not a what if. No, that's not a what if. If Tua Tagovailoa got traded, no matter if we were winning or losing, the two a section, whatever name you want to have, they would throw the biggest bitch fit we have ever seen.
No, so but you're right. You're right.
Okay.
As if we went undefeated, if we kept on winning without him after a trade, then yeah, he'll look like a genius. You know, but
no, he would get killed.
They'll still crucify him for it.
No, bro, forget about that. Like y'all said, but to us, forget the media. Us here in this chat right now, we wouldn't be upset if he traded him and we kept on winning. You know what I mean? No one's gonna be mad with winning.
I don't believe that.
Oh man, I would if we could trade him and we could.
Ali might be mad. I don't know about him. I'm kidding.
Man, I would be so.
Really, bro? Really?
I want to go back to.
You know, the only thing I care about is winning. I don't really care who freaking scores the touchdown or catches the football.
I picked you, bro, because I knew it would sting you the most.
But if we don't have the Alabama fans there, that'd be one good thing.
You know, we mad about the defense.
That's right, Lance. The Alabama fans will have
Hey, everybody, real quick. Thank you, Michael K. For the $5 donation. Limit the panel to 6 until they learn not to constantly talk over each other. Go Bills.
Hey, on Michael K's point, something that I think would be cool would be like a pass the mic. Like when I'm done talking, I'll pass it to who I want to.
And I just want to say for the record that the problem with limiting the panel to 6 people is that you have certain people that don't understand that. And they go on hour-long tirades on other channels to tell everybody why Culler censors people. We try to bring up as many people as are in back. You know what I mean? And that way
if you guys remember when I started my show on Saturdays, I was trying to do something similar, and they were not liking it.
What, like a pass the mic? Like pass the mic. When I'm done talking, I'll pass it to who I would like to address me because
but see, Manny, we don't.
Fuck all that pass the mic shit.
Pass the mic, yeah, because that means
thank you, Von Joe.
Hold on, Manny. It's a flaw in StreamYard. Users have the ability to unmute themselves over the host's discretion.
Yeah, you're right.
The only alternative is to put the person in backstage, and that's where the problem arises. Where somebody has to do what they do.
You're right. I can tell you as a listener, because I'm not always on here. As a listener, it gets hard to listen when everybody's talking over each other.
It's true.
I started off as a listener for a long time. I was listening to y'all long before I joined here.
Manny, let me tell you something right now. We love here at the Fins Tailgate. We love anybody that wants to come through, but I'll be goddamned that we let a Bills fan lay out ground rules around here.
I feel like he's never on, but it does get hard to listen to, man. Right now it's okay, but it gets bad sometimes, man. It gets real bad where I just can't listen.
And look, guys,
if the volumes of each speaker is high, lower,
we are also still a tailgate, which can get it, out of hand in general in real life.
In reality, this one's not bad.
Can I say something before I go?
You're doing it right now, Lance. See, we we try to let it go for a minute, and then obviously it gets too much. We got to stop it. But the only thing that I would ask that would help the whole situation is that when you hear the host's voice, whether it's me, Capitan, or Ali, or anybody else that we have hosting for us, when you hear their voice, it's like the referee's whistle. You got to stop. That's the only thing I ask. You all can talk over each other all you want, but when we need it to stop, the host has to be listened to. Otherwise, it's just going to always be this way if people can't respect the host of the show.
Right.
Yeah, it's just respect in general, whether you're the host or not.
Sure. It is what it is. It happens. I'm not trying to scold anybody. I do it too on other people's panels. You know what I mean?
There's an emotional component, though, Manny. It's not total. It's not.
But I do try.
People are emotional.
I do try to reserve the host voice in my ear as okay. That's the referee's whistle. You know what I mean?
But I do wish Pete would have actually named a lineman and not just said, "Oh, have a lineman," because that doesn't make that's. What lineman, bro? Who's worth whatever you're willing to give up? That's all I really wanted from earlier.
Fuck that.
What Pete was trying to say, man,
right now.
What Pete was trying to say is we've had a lot of marketing put on us that our biggest problem is O-line, bro. He's calling out the organization by saying that.
Yeah, but you got to get what's available. You can't just.
Listen, I've had it up to here. I've had it up to here.
Go ahead, Vonjo.
I've had it up to here because at the end of the day, you not giving me a name, okay, that proves I truly believe in my heart of hearts. And again, I've defended Pete. I've sat there and the sources Pete. And at the same time, everybody knows I keep it a buck wherever I go. I am who I am. I truly believe as long as Grier and Tua's on the team, no matter what happened, he would not be satisfied.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair, Vonjo.
It could have been Nelson, but no, he would not be satisfied because first you tell me any quarterback is better than Tua. Bullshit.
All right, listen. Okay, we can bash Pete all day, but if you want to look at it from,
I'm not bashing. I'm calling it. I'm kicking it off.
Okay, yeah, I hear you, bro. But if you want to see it from his side, Pete's a businessman. It could be that he's trying to sell the idea of buy low, sell high. When Tua's at his all-time high. Again, I'm trying to argue for Pete here and why he'd come up with the stuff he just said. You know what I'm saying?
Again, it don't make no sense.
Trade Tua when he's at his best, because he doesn't believe in him long term.
Because you can't tell me. Because here's the thing: 5-7, and you trade him. If Skyler is the next guy up, it's improbable. It's a pressure you don't want on a rookie quarterback.
I actually got something too for you guys to say things like that who are against Tua. Like we're all here. None of us are NFL GMs. None of us are anything like that, right? So if you really think Tua is that bad, what do you think the NFL GMs are thinking? You know what I'm saying? Like they're not going to give up anything for him. So he's really not valuable at all to you guys who really think that he sucks that bad. Just saying.
It's not what he's actually saying. He's saying Pete is actually precisely saying that he doesn't suck right now, but that he will in the long term.
He did not say that. Bro, he did not say that.
Bro, maybe to you, but if you'd allow me a second to finish, maybe it would clarify for you what he was meaning or intending, in my opinion. Okay?
Go ahead.
What he's saying is Tua is actually good right now and does have value, and he doesn't think that value is going to last. If he thought the value was going to last, he would covet the quarterback and he would not want to trade to anybody.
But we need reasons why he doesn't think that value will last.
I understand, Tom, and I understand everybody's point. He didn't say that. I'm trying to illustrate what, in my opinion, what I interpreted him to mean.
So if you have a really good quarterback,
that's what Curry was saying. Buy high, sell low.
Culler, nobody trades good quarterbacks.
Okay, but not all good quarterbacks are good for 10 years. Sometimes people flash, bro.
The issue with that, Culler, hold on. Hey, what's that feedback?
He wants to win on bargain players. He doesn't want to win on having to pay everybody. So how he builds his team is he continuously sells high to get the most back. So therefore, really, he's not having to spend the money to win. I get what he's trying to do. I understand it. I just don't think it necessarily works all the time.
It doesn't.
He's kind of taking the Bill Belichick approach. Actually, to be honest with you,
sometimes you got to spend that money.
That's what Belichick did to build a 20-year dynasty.
Dolphin fan.
But no, hold on.
We just logically picked apart his take and said it's plausible and it makes sense for certain reasons, but that we disagree with it. Why can't we say that without crashing?
Where's the echo coming from?
Someone's echo. No, there's a feedback. There's a horrible feedback.
Hey, Caller, can I say something? Because I'm about to jump off.
Yep, you got the floor next. I just want to thank Michael K. again for another $5 donation. Tuna's injury prone. Would you buy a car knowing it's going to constantly break down? That again, we know we consider the source. But go ahead.
Wow. I want to respond after Mr. Polk. Go ahead, Mr. Polk.
Go ahead, Mr. Polk.
Okay. I just want to say that one thing we got to understand and realize, we're no longer building. We are there. So we have to do what we can with what we have. And if we can, if we are weak in a certain spot, then we got to patch it up the best way we can. And then my other thing is, the reason why I call myself an angry Dolphin is because I can't stand when a fan that's not with the Miami Dolphins comes on these platforms and And then when we have a bad game or something like that, all of a sudden they're trying to tell us how our team should be running this and that. Okay,
Get his ass, Mr.
I
Paul.
admit that I admit that I shouldn't feel that way, but I've been a Dolphin fan for the longest, and I don't like that. But I'm going to learn to adjust to it the best way I can. That's the reason
God
why
damn, Mr. Paul, you don't have to adjust. Stay at their neck.
Yeah,
Stay
Mr.
at their
Paul.
neck, Mr. Paul.
Talk that talk, Mr. Paul. Talk that talk.
So when you see that angry Dolphin, that's one of the main reasons why I call myself that, because I'm tired of them coming on these platforms. Buffalo Bill fans, Jets fans,
Get that
and what have you.
Get them.
No, it's true. I'm tired of it because I've been a Dolphin fan too long to be told what to do and all. Now, like I said, now with Q is cool. He's cool. But some of these other fans I've been seeing, like I can't say Buffalo. There's two Buffalo Bill fans. That's
Mark
one of them.
Maskenberg.
And I'm sorry, I don't hate him, but I can't stand it. So that's why I call myself an angry Dolphin.
Nah, we hate Mark.
Yeah, exactly, Mr. Paul. Get him.
All right, so
I understand
take
the
him to
issues
a
with
guy.
Mark. I just don't like. I understand the issues with Mark, but I'm okay with Maskenberg, whatever.
Listen, I'd like to return to the conversation about the long-term value of Tua as the quarterback. Listen, I think a good comp. Well, taking out the injury question, right? Because I think that's unfair. You know, injuries can be a chancy thing, right? But if you look at a guy like Bernie Kosar, right? Bernie Kosar had a less than strong arm, similar to Tua, but he manipulated defenses a lot like Tua, right? And he was masterful when he was in that 5 to 6 year window, right? But after those 5 or 6 years, his fall off was precipitous, meaning, nobody wanted him. He was a backup for us for a couple of years. He was a backup in Dallas for a couple of years. But
he been backed up yours truly, Dan Marino.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not saying I know if this is Tua's destiny or not. I don't. I could be totally wrong. I'm just bringing it up as a comp. Could it be that, do you want to buy into a Bernie Kosar type as your franchise quarterback? No matter how you love him, no matter how cute you think he is with those paint under his eyes. Or do you want to give that guy the money? If you think
it's not even Bernie
Kosar.
It's not even Bernie Kosar, KP, because most of these people listening to this don't even know who the hell Bernie Kosar is. The perfect comp to Tua Tagovailoa is still playing in this league now, and they tried to move off of his ass. The only reason he's playing is because Trey Lance got hurt. Tua Tagovailoa is Jimmy Garoppolo. He's a great game manager. When the defense for the 49ers is playing well and they have Deebo Samuels and a strong – yes, they can both win games. Tua Tagovailoa can take you to an AFC Championship game. Tua Tagovailoa can take you to a Super Bowl when everything around him is perfect. But to your point, once those 5-6 years, that window is over, yeah, Tua Tagovailoa turns into a mediocre quarterback. He is Jimmy Garoppolo to a T. It's not even close. That's who he is. And when I said it this offseason, people wanted to rip my head off. Well, let me explain something to you. When you look at Jimmy Garoppolo's numbers, he's always around 28 to 30 some touchdowns. He's always around 7 to 10 interceptions. He's always around 38 to 4,200 yards. Ain't that what we were predicting for Tua? If Tua gave you those numbers, if Tua gave you those numbers I just read off, would everybody on this panel agree that was a great season for Tua Tagovailoa?
Lewis, when you're done, let me rock.
Yeah, Lewis. To be fair, Lewis, Jimmy Garoppolo never had Tyreek and Waddle at the same time.
No.
Again, Jimmy never had that.
Okay, yes, but you're just talking about players. I'm talking about they need. Okay, Jimmy Garoppolo had a good season last year, correct? But he had Deebo Samuels that
He's having a good season this year.
And he's having a good season. You know why? Because that defense is legit in San Francisco. They got offensive weapons, and they got a young, innovative head coach that put the same system that we run. That it's a West Coast system. It's fit for quarterbacks, right? Put Jimmy Garoppolo with the Chicago Bears. Tell me how that works out.
Right.
I'm
not trying to be unfair to Tua.
On the Chicago Bears, and you tell me how that works out.
I'm not trying to be unfair to Tua.
Hold on. Let me rock KP.
Let me just say one little thing, and then it's yours, Vonjo. One little thing. Sorry. Jimmy Garcia looked great with Terrell Owens, but he still was Jimmy Garcia. Go ahead, Vonjo.
So let me go ahead and say this. And listen, I'm not gonna argue the whole Jimmy G thing and yada 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 blase blase, everything that you just went. I'm not gonna repeat all that, Lewis, because at the end of the day, plain and simple, when's the last time we seen the Dolphins at any Super Bowl? None less a playoff, right?
I was 10 years old in 1984.
Right. Yeah. So that's why I'm happy
In
with these
'84,
moves.
yeah.
That's why I'm happy with these moves.
When they got those short
Goddamn Tua. Hold on.
Should've
If
been
Tua is
92.
Jimmy G, and we built a team around him where you just have to manage this shit to the fucking game, and hopefully the ball
100%.
bounce our way. Fucking do it.
100%.
And if I go goddamn into purgatory afterwards, I'll be satisfied.
Jeff
I
Garcia
agree.
is who I meant. Jeff Garcia.
Rock that shit to the goddamn big game. Let me at least throw a Super Bowl party with fucking Dolphin gear for once.
I agree.
Rock that shit to the goddamn.
Von Joe, I'm about to wrap.
Joe,
We're nearing the 3-hour mark, and I'm about to wrap it up because I've got to make my 8 o'clock spot with Miss Fins tonight. Sorry to be such a party pooper here, guys. We got 107 watching right now and 92 likes. Good job, but let's get that ratio over on the other side, guys. Let's get them likes up. Share the stream. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel, hitting that notification bell, and I want Von Joe to finish up if he's got anything else. But man, that sounded like a really good final thought, man.
Yeah,
But,
that's
ahead,
where
bro.
I'm landing right now. If this shit takes us to the goddamn promised land, I don't give a damn how we get there. Tua game manage this motherfucker goddamn to the Super Bowl all the way to fucking Arizona. And hopefully the ball bounce our way and we're hoisting that Lombardi. I just would like to be at the game for Pete's sakes. Let me see the Dolphin colors in the game versus what we've been experienced where we're sitting there come playoff time, we're watching the game and watching every other team and saying, damn, if we
we're all remembering, oh yeah, that's what a good team looks like.
Exactly, bro. Just go all in for once. And they went all in, so I am rocking with it. Good job, Grier. At least we know what we have. If we go into purgatory after all this, hey, we go into purgatory. We tried. At least we tried. There's no fucking what ifs.
Hey, I'm there right there with
great
you,
show
Bob,
today. I appreciate it. Got me through my first half of work.
man.
Salute.
Yep.
My last thoughts. I'm right there with you, Von Joe. And in fact, Bernie Kosar at one point could have been that guy too. At the height of his talent in his career, he could have taken a team to the Super Bowl when they lost to, I think, Denver in that playoff game.
Yeah, Kevin Mack fumbled on the goal line.
No, Ernest Miner. It was Ernest Miner.
No, it was Mack too. There was 2 fumbles in the championship that
it was
cost them.
Oh, 2 fumbles. Okay. But and yeah, I'm right there with Von Joe. If we can get to deep into the playoffs, I'll even take a championship round. I'll be satisfied with that. You know what I'm saying? But we need to be the kind of team long term that's going to be competitive, and that's where the comment's coming from. And yeah, Cap Life, thanks for the correction. It was Jeff Garcia, not Jimmy Garcia. And the question we all need to be asking ourselves as I exit is to a long-term franchise quarterback, because his contract's coming up in a little bit. And as good as he's playing now, and I'm one who's admitted to have to what he's done, I respect what he's accomplished this year, but is he our guy long-term? This is a question we got to be serious about. I know we don't have any say in it, but you best believe that the Dolphins front office is looking long-term about this question. And we're going to see what happens. Anyway, that's it. Last words from me, Culler. Peace out.
Appreciate that, Kahari.
Yeah.
You have a good one, buddy. Always welcome. Everybody.
Man, people in the
We'll
chat.
see you around, Kari.
We're going to be back on it. Capitan's
We'll see
going
you,
at
Kari.
10 o'clock tonight, so he'll be back on at 10. And
back on
you
at
can
10?
also catch
All right.
I don't know if
That's
you ever
cool.
get over there, Kahari, but Miss Fins does a really great league-wide show.
It's too early in the morning for me usually. Oh,
no. I mean tonight. I mean on Wednesday night, she does 8 o'clock. She does a league-wide show where her and I basically go over picks league-wide. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Kind of talk a little Dolphins, but just let you know about it in case you want to get a little take a breather from exclusive Dolphins stuff. You know what I mean? But
Indeed.
But you have a good one, man. Appreciate you
All right,
coming around all the time, buddy.
Good night, y'all.
Yep.
All right, Manny, you got the most feedback, so I'm going to give you the next one, man.
Yeah, my bad. So just, good show, like we like what you do. We really love what you do. We're all here always, Keep it up. You know, whether or not it's okay, you know, we can't always be perfect, bro. But it's really good. Love you guys. You know, I'll be on. I'm gonna watch you guys right now when this spins. I'll be in the comment section.
Roger that, man.
What's up, guys?
Yep. Have a good one, Manny. Concrete, you still with us?
Yes, sir, brother.
All right, lay it
Yes,
on the line, man.
Man, I don't really have much. I'm gonna say fins up. I just want to see. Like I'm still evaluating Tua, so I know the team is still evaluating Tua. You know, one game at a time, and fins up. You know, let's see what Bradley Chubb. Let's see. It's on paper. Now let's see it on the field. You know, that's what it's about in the long run.
Like every other player, right? Translated to the field.
Appreciate you, Culler. I don't know. I know I don't be up here much, but it's much love, brother.
No problem. Hey, we get you, man. We definitely mingle in all the same circles, so we appreciate you, buddy. Anytime you can make it, man. You're always welcome.
100, brother.
Yep. You have a good night.
All right, Concrete.
Crypto, get it done, man, because I know Lewis is gonna want to preach. So yeah. Right. So what do you got to say for it?
I got you. All I got to say when it comes to the evaluation of our quarterback, and whether you do it against a good team or bad team, mathematicians don't get special credit and pat on the back because he solved 2 + 2 equation. That's all I have to say.
There you go. That's it, buddy. Hey, we'll catch you, man.
All right.
I just told Crypto I'm back in case you need to chop it up with him, Lewis. But I'm gonna let you drive us home, bro. Tell everybody what to do, man. Like and subscribe. Hit the links for the you know where and what. Tell everybody what to do, bro.
Listen, man, if you ain't liking and subscribing and fucking donating and becoming a member and joining the family of the Fins Tailgate, I don't know what y'all's fucking problem is. All right. This is one of the best shows that we have in this fucking community. And the reason, again, that I fuck with this show more than probably any other show is because it's always real. Whether it's right or wrong, it's always fucking real. And that's what I can appreciate. So fins up to everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to the fearless leader, El Capitan, and the #1 homie, man. Shout out to my homie Culler. Ali, I ain't forget about you Saturday nights. Man, hey, again, I'll come on camera. Fuck with this channel. Fuck with the homie right here. Fins Tailgate, man. Fins up. Let's ride.
Later, buddy.